Welcome into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. Landon Schmidt producing. We're Sports Time. We're with you for the next 3 hours and a lot to get into today. We got to talk college football. We got to talk some NFL. We got to talk college basketball, NBA, the Grizzlies. Even though they lost, that was fun last night seeing them on NBC with the national broadcast. So a ton to get into over these next 3 hours. But Brett, before we get into any of that, how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing great. It was fun until really the last 4 minutes, 3:30 or so.
Yeah, I mean, really, up until late, and even then, I mean, you had the really clutch 3-pointer from Cedric Coward late in that game, and it looked like, okay, that's going to be his, big. He's had a lot of really good moments, but that felt like, okay, that's going to be a signature moment of his rookie season. Is kind of that clutch 3 to put away a Spurs team after
squared up and drained it too.
Yeah, this long losing streak, and then after that, what was it, an 11-0 run to end the game for the Spurs, and they get the win.
They did, and it was really miserable down the stretch to have the potential of getting that game, stopping that streak, getting back home, but didn't do any of that. Mm-hmm. And Jaren Jackson was, I'm gonna be kind, was largely ineffective.
Yeah, and he had the injury scare early in the night. Had to go to the sideline. Ended up coming back just a scare there. But you're right. I mean, he had a couple misses down the stretch in that game. That if you had him, I mean, who knows? You might be talking about a win.
Assertive. It's just not. It's just not alpha.
No, certainly not. It's certainly not a number one.
He's a contributor. He's a 4 on a great team.
That's the thing. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a really good player.
He is.
He is not. I don't think he's number one anywhere. And he just hasn't shown that. And at times, a lot of times, you've needed him to kind of step up and be that number one and be dominant.
Year in, if you're not assertive, if you're not alpha by now, then you're just not.
That's right.
Now Pau was a better player, but Pau Gasol was a lot like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
But Pau was a better player.
Oh, no doubt about it. But just in terms of the kind of personality on the court, I guess you could say, I think that is a very good.
You could pencil in, just open the scorebook, 18-7.
Yeah.
I think it's exactly what Jerry.
I was about to say. I think you can. Yeah, that's pretty much.
I didn't mean to do that.
But I think that
last night got interesting. I'm sitting there, and I said, "Well, let me check on the Arkansas game." They were down to Winthrop.
Yeah.
Winthrop ended up making from threes, 15 threes.
Yeah.
And I listened to John Calipari after the game with Chuck Barrett, and I agree. I'm going to defend John Calipari. Flag the tape, hit the sirens, do something. He said, "We're lucky to win playing a team that made 15 threes."
Yeah, I don't care who you're playing. If they knock down 15 triples, I mean, you're gonna have a long night. And so, hey, they get the win. They turned it around at the end.
DJ Wagner had a tough night.
Yeah, but I like Winthrop. I've liked their team. They have a good program over there, and so I figured it would be I didn't think it was gonna be that close. I thought it would be, it wasn't gonna be a blowout.
I was listening to Gary Darby and Murphy Holloway on these airwaves. And kind of gave up on it. Ole Miss cruising.
Oh, man.
Then it got tight.
The Govs. Oh, man. My Governors. Oh, I love that Austin Peay team.
Austin Peay.
They played they played close. It was one of those where they kind of, Ole Miss jumped out to a lead at one point, and then here comes the Austin Peay kind of clawing their way back. Made it fun at the end.
Duke looked great.
Duke is really good. We talked about it yesterday. Yeah, I mean, tell me something I don't know. But they've just got so many guys, and to put those freshman pieces with some other more veteran, older guys, they're a really talented team. And hated that Kansas was without their could be number one pick in the NBA draft. He's a really good player, and they're a lot better when he's on the floor.
Now, Mike Krzyzewski more than adapted to the newer wave, and had a lot of success with it. John Shira might be better made for now basketball than Coach K was.
Yeah, he really understands it, and we kind of. I think Duke did a really good job in that sense of Coach K, and whether it was him realizing it, the school realizing it, however it came about, of you're a great coach, but how many coaches are we seeing in football and in basketball that this new wave of this new era is happening? It's,
devours.
Man, it's hard to adapt to that. You got a guy that learned under Coach K, that's been on that staff for a while, and John Shire, and just throw him in there, and he has done a really nice job with it. And I've heard a lot of people say this, and I think you saw it last night with Cam Boozer. I don't know. I think I could find a clip after every Duke game so far this year. So 5 games in, I could probably find a clip from every single game where somebody has said, Cam Boozer didn't play great. It certainly wasn't his best game, but he had an awesome stat line.
Very effective.
I mean, that's kind of what Cam Boozer is. He's a really good player, and he'll be one of those guys that he'll hear his name called, in the top 5 of the draft as well.
Very early, 3-4 games in, to this point, is he better than Cooper Flagg in his freshman year at Duke?
Man, that's so tough because
we just need so much more.
Yeah, we just need to see more. And Flagg was such a not a weird prospect, but he just was one of those guys that did everything well.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't going to be the guy that jumps out there for 30 points.
And it wasn't just him. It was also and it's not just Boozer.
No, it's certainly not. But Cam Boozer is very much a guy that's going to score. He's going to grab rebounds. They're very close. I mean, I liked what I think Keith Smith said it a couple weeks ago, and I think David Cobb said it as well. And I think they're very close in terms of the talent of prospects.
We'll drag Kevin Sweeney into this. He was there last night at Madison Square Garden. What a Tuesday night for him and a Wednesday afternoon for us. We're going to get to Lane Kiffin talk.
Of course.
Have you heard he's in the news?
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's ever not going to be in the news again, Brett.
It will subside.
Will it? I don't know. It feels like it's not going to.
Please make it subside. but it will, and I think Ole Miss fans just be patient, ride this out. You're already seeing reports of Florida reaching out and interviewing John Summerall.
Yeah.
They think they need a plan B.
That's right.
Well, why?
Yeah, it's
why do you need a plan B when you've had Lane Kiffin for 4 weeks now?
It's true. Yeah, their fans already think they have him wrapped up. So I don't know.
And these things don't just occur in a vacuum. No. And Lane Kiffin was questioned, I think, pretty forcefully today on SEC teleconference.
Yeah, I didn't get to see much from that, but I did hear his or see what he said at the very end, where he's like, "I'll see y'all next week," and they're like, "No, we're not going to meet next week." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
I hate that.
Yeah,
I know he's really going to miss it.
Oh man, his favorite thing every week is the teleconference. For sure.
It is. Well, I thought his favorite thing was being with me, Brian.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're right. Second favorite. His second favorite thing is the teleconference.
And last night we had round 3 of the college football playoff.
Right. Yeah. Did you watch it?
I did.
All of it?
Yes, I did.
Really? Wow.
And I guess you've heard.
Congratulations.
Hunter Yurachek on full display.
Was he?
Oh, wow.
I didn't watch a second of it, Brett. I'm being completely honest with you.
Have you heard?
No.
It was horrible.
Really?
It appeared to be poorly prepared.
Wow.
Nervous, or both.
Wow.
And then some of the answers. It was just incompetence on full display.
Wow.
And watching it, and Twitter reacted to it. Oh, so we're being lectured about what makes up a good football team by a guy that hired Sam Pittman and they're 2-8. Which
very true.
How do you argue against that?
No,
he's done nothing.
Yeah, no.
It was really bad, and some of the explanations for why teams, some are ahead of others, and got into the Alabama rushing statistic. And it looks like head-to-head is being eschewed for a full resume body of work. I don't have any problem with that. But it was not a covered in glory night for the CFP.
No, I figured it would kind of go that way, and we kind of
the rankings. It. I'm going to get to it. I think if you're outside of 4, even 5, for sure 6 through 12, I wouldn't suggest losing.
No, absolutely not.
Unless you know what everybody on the rear flank's going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know USC's going to lose, if you know an upset. If you know Cincinnati's going to beat BYU, you can afford one.
Sure.
But I don't know those things.
No, not at all.
If you do, you're smarter than most.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I mean, this really is, we kind of talk about it of first college football playoff ranking, second. We're getting into the time where these are really starting to matter.
Critical mass.
And what we're seeing really probably won't be too much different than what we see that final show.
And then for Ole Miss, I love/detest when I hear, well, they didn't really play anybody non-conference. And And then they're talking about Tulane being the group of 5.
Yeah.
Excuse me, they beat them 45-10.
Right. Yes, the team that is ranked 24th in the top 25 and the group of 5 representative in the bracket.
It's also incongruent, and it's one of the things you can take. You can take almost anything from it.
Sure. I mean, the thing that it feels like now, basically 2 years into the expanded playoffs, is that they kind of decided they wanted to go to the expanded playoffs, and then they didn't really put together, all right, how are we going to do the expanded playoffs?
What, college administrators were short-sighted?
Yeah. It's like they were like, okay, well, now we're here. How do we rank these teams again? Like, what should we look at? And so all last year we were talking about, what are they looking at? What are they looking at? What are they looking at? This year they tell us, okay, strength of schedule is important. But that's kind of it. And then we're going, okay, well, what are you looking at? Why is this team here? Why is that team there? And then they can't really give us any answers. Oh, and then the head of he can't be on there anymore. We got to throw someone else in on, November, middle of November.
We've had 3 chairs over the last 12 months.
Yeah.
And they all seem to be enormously incompetent.
I mean, it's
Ward
crazy.
Manuel, Mac Rhodes, and Hunter Yurchek.
Hunter Yurchek. So I mean, I don't really know what we're doing, but
I don't either.
I guess we got a top 25 and we got a bracket, and like you said, Tulane.
But building more and more, I think, gaining traction for Pat Fitzgerald at Arkansas,
Sure, yeah.
And that is really solid.
I think he's super solid.
Completely cleared of, I think, trumped up bogus stuff at Northwestern.
Yeah.
We got to
will.
talk to Kevin about
will.
that. That won't be the lion's share of the conversation. But we got to ask him about it. But
yeah, that'll come before his night last night at the Champions Classic. No.
Pretty good night in Lower Manhattan for him at Guard.
We'll have to get to that first, but I think that'd be a great hire for Arkansas. And we kind of talked about
you talking about Tan rested and ready.
Oh man, no kidding.
And that's a guy that was always ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
very intense. And the Razorbacks facilities, and they all are in SEC, but they're spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just can't believe the indoor, outdoor, and the hot tubs, and how they eat and where they eat and what they eat, and all the bells and whistles they have. It's second to none in the SEC, and how it's laid out and flows so very well. Just right there, not in the middle of campus, kind of on the southern edge of, or no, not southern. What is it? That would be western edge of campus. Southwestern edge of campus. Right. It's just very, very nice. Pat Fitzgerald. It's no shot at Northwestern, but he'd walk in there and go, you got to be kidding me. And then when he looks at his assistant coaching budget for there compared to what he was making at Northwestern.
Yeah, Pat Fitzgerald, he never had the luxury of playing in the on the lacrosse field, or the practice field, whatever.
No, he never had to do that.
The last couple of years.
But then Dyche Stadium was not great, and they tore it down and basically are rebuilding it. It's a great campus.
Oh yeah,
and Northwestern's a great school.
Absolutely.
But it was limited by they're really serious about school.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's payable. I don't know.
Brett, we talked about levels. I think there are different levels, but no, we talked about
Arkansas's football school.
It is.
Northwestern's not.
And it's in a football area, and I think, we talked about it when James Franklin was a very popular name with the Arkansas job of right now where Arkansas football is. You need somebody that can come in and be a program builder that can kind of create that culture there. And that's exactly what he did at Northwestern. And so you get a guy like that
out of a nightmare when Pat Walker passed away on season's eve.
That's right.
He built that.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it was unfortunate how things ended at Northwestern. Obviously, the allegations were very
and ironically,
intense.
that AD, Derek Gregg, had been a functionary in the athletics department at Fayetteville. And a lot of people thought he was being groomed to take over for Coach Burrell someday.
Wow.
Thank goodness they dodged that.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a big dodge. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to ask Kevin about that. But we got a lot to discuss, a lot of college football, a lot of college basketball. We'll get into the Grizzlies. But let me set it up before we get to top and not top story of the day. 3:30, Coach Tommy West, he's going to join us. We're going to talk a lot of college football with him. We'll get his thoughts on some of the recent hires and the ideas of hires out there with James Franklin getting the Virginia Tech job. We'll certainly get his thoughts on what's going on with Lane Kiffin, but we'll get to the football as well from the weekend. 3:45, we'll talk a little bit more about the college football playoff rankings, how it shaked out last night with the show, what the bracket looks like, and kind of where things go from here. 4 o'clock, David Cohn, co-host of Crane & Company. He'll join us. We'll talk more college football with him. We'll get to what happened over the weekend. We'll get to the college football playoff rankings. We'll get to the coaching carousel a lot at 4 o'clock with David Cohn. 4:30, we'll talk about the Grizzlies. Their loss last night against the Spurs. They'll be back at home tomorrow night against Sacramento. 4:45, big number of the day. 5 o'clock, Kevin Sweeney from Sports Illustrated. He'll join us. We'll talk a lot of college basketball with him. He is a graduate of Northwestern, so we'll get his thoughts on Pat Fitzgerald, his thoughts on the fit with him and Arkansas. 5:30, we'll talk about what's trending, and at 5:45, we'll wrap up today's show like we always do with Moe's Crunch Time. Well, let me remind you, we're in our Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. The hot tub and swim spa clearance sale, it's going on right now at Family Leisure. Hot tub starting at $24.99. Swim spas at $14,999. In-stock patio furniture now up to 50% off. Don't forget about those hot tub covers. They're starting at $249, and spa steps and cover lifts starting at just $99. Special financing, it's available, and if you mention this ad, receive a free gift with a hot tub purchase. So head out there to Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40.
We are Sportstime, and we're with you live and local until 6 o'clock. We want you to be a part of our show by texting or calling 901-360-8255. That's the Sissy's Log Cabin text and talk line. All our guests will appear on the Sissy's Log Cabin guest line at 901-360-8255. Produced by Landon Schmidt. He's Bryant, I'm Brett, and we want you to be a part of our show. But we're always, wherever we are, and I mean wherever we are. I think I've been about everywhere in the last 4 months. But I'm in the studios today, wherever we are. We're always in our Family Leisure Studios. And thank you so much to that great team out there. And we're always, this hour, so proud to have Lexus of Memphis as the sponsor of this hour every day. They're at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Great offers on all 2025 and 2026 models and always special leasing options. Drive in luxury and confidence knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. You can call them at 901-334-9673, but they want you to stop by the only Lexus dealership in Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway, and that's where you can put yourself in the driver's seat of the all-new 2025 or 2026 flagship LS 500, and you'll be driving in style. When you purchase a Lexus, you get top-of-the-line engineering and design, and they make for the safe luxury driving experience. Online at lexusofmemphis.com. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Top story of the day.
Well, Brett, my top story of the day, the Champions Classic last night.
Lived up to it.
One really good game.
Look what Michigan State's done to 2 SEC teams.
That is a good point. Michigan State looked good last night. They were actually making shots, something that they haven't done really all season.
Well, you don't have a chance
last year.
If they make shots.
Oh man,
they're going to play defense.
That's exactly right. If they're hitting shots, and you saw it last night against Kentucky, and then really. For about 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes of that game was really close, back and forth. Both teams looked good. After that, it was all Michigan State, and I think the more concerning thing was after the game with some of the comments that were made. It sounds like Kentucky is in a really weird spot right now.
Who did you think Mark Pope sounded like? Sounded like Penny on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, just bewildered at what he's getting back from his team.
I did not think about that, but I think that's very accurate. I mean, he sounded completely lost. At one point, he said his team is completely discombobulated right now. Not what I want to hear.
He has mostly inferred that.
Oh no, he absolutely has. And so this Kentucky team, I don't think they're a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, they're
everybody take those players.
Oh my gosh, every single day of the week. But against Michigan State, didn't look good. They had that loss against Louisville. Certainly not doing what Mark Pope wants them to do after 5 games this season. And then later in the night, we got Kansas and Duke, a really fun game, a game where early Kansas came out and played really well early. Then here comes Duke. They got the double-digit lead, and I know they won by 12 points, but that was a close game down the stretch in that second half. Duke able to make some shots, get some stops, and get that win. Cameron Boozer, really, really good, but he's got a lot of really good pieces around him. You look at Isaiah Evans, a guy that came back, Caleb Foster, who only had 7 points, but what he does kind of facilitating. I'm a really
I
big
don't
fan
dislike this Duke team.
I like this.
By the end of the year, you may be calling me a Duke.
I hope so, Brett. Join the. I guess this is a club now. I don't know. I never claimed to be a Duke. I just like watching.
Well, I'd love you in, wouldn't I?
You really did. I mean, you just kind of threw me in that group.
And overly aggressively, I do.
You did. Yeah, you do. And all the time. It's okay. I mean, I'm fine with it. I like Duke just fine. I wouldn't call myself a fan by any means.
Would you accept an apology?
I don't think I need an apology. I mean, it's fine. But those two games were really fun. And then tonight,
I still don't think I'd have got my hug from Josh either.
Well, yeah, I really don't know about that. But the great games in college basketball, they continue tonight. Arizona, UConn, that's a top 5 matchup tonight.
At
Alabama,
Gamble.
Illinois, yeah.
That's no Garden or even
not
Civic Center.
These are two really good games tonight. And yeah, that UConn game, that one's going to be a lot of fun in stores.
It will be. My top story, the Grizzlies last night in San Antonio with more heartbreak and another loss. No Wemby, of course, no Ja. Cedric Coward, he hits a big 3 for a late lead, squared up, knocked it down, looked like it might be the breakout game or break the losing streak game for the Grizzlies, but the Spurs, they blitzed them down the stretch and they win 111 to 101. 5 straight losses now for the Grizzlies. 3rd worst record in the West. Jaren with another kind of tepid, quiet 18. Gotta have more, need more from him. He will not lead. 8th year of same old Jerry.
Not top story of the day.
Well, my not top story, it is that loss last night against the Spurs. Now, I don't know. I was about to say 2 truths and a lie, but this isn't 2 truths and a lie. 2 good and a bad? How about that? That's a game we can play. The good.
Yeah.
It's fun seeing him on NBC last night.
Was?
With that type of broadcast.
Love Noah Eagle.
Really, oh, yeah.
Love Jamal
really
Crawford.
Good. I mean,
I like Reggie.
Jamal Crawford.
I like Reggie Miller better with his team than any TNT team.
He's really good. Yeah, their team is phenomenal. It was cool. The production was really good. I like that they brought over the starting intros from football, and you got the starting 5 introducing themselves, where they went to school. That's a cool ad to the broadcast as well. So that was all good. I mean, it was a fun game most of the night.
Any dual alma maters?
We didn't get that last
Boomer
night.
Tide?
No, we didn't get any roll Boomer last night, which was good. But it's a fun game most of the way. You know, started off really, really fast. Cedric Coward, he makes the first 3 of the night. He makes the last 3 of the night. Unfortunately, there was an 11-0 run after that final 3 of the night from Cedric Coward. The Spurs, they end the game hot, and they're missing a lot of pieces too. This isn't the Spurs team that everyone's been talking about. That was without Victor Wembanyama. That was without Stephon Castle. That was without Dylan Harper. I mean, those are 3 key guys for the future of the Spurs.
That was a scrappy little team.
It really was. Now, there were still great players out there. You know, Fox is a great player. Vassell's a great player. Like they
Fox
still have.
Real good.
Oh, he's awesome. They still have dudes out there, but they didn't have everybody last night. They get the loss, but that was the bad. The good was being on NBC. The bad was losing the game. How about this, Brett? Over on Tankathon, I'm looking at the mock draft right now. You sim the lottery. You got the Grizzlies taking AJ DeBonza and Jaden Quaintance in the lottery. I mean, I can
sign me up.
I can live with that. I mean, it's what happens.
That would be full start over, wouldn't it?
It would be. It absolutely would be.
It might be at that point.
Man, you got DeBonza, you got Quaintance. I'm fine with it.
My not top story, the CFP rankings out. 3rd reveal, thankfully. 2 more Tuesdays than the one that really counts on Sunday morning, the 7th, after all the championship games are played on Saturday, December 6th. 12 teams, 5 from the SEC, but no Vandy. 1 old school SEC member, Tulane, from the American, repping the G5. Do people still think that the Memphis-Tulane game wasn't the biggest game in Tigers history? Look who's on that bracket now. A lot of it from that win.
Yeah.
And if the Tigers had won that and had won at East Carolina, would be fine, but they're not. 6 of 12 national champions in a modern era since 1988. Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Miami, Bama, Georgia, and Ohio State. So we keep thinking we're going to get a lot of new, but we get a lot of SEC and a lot of past champs.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what happens when they're that good.
Those places aren't going away.
No, they're not. They're not going anywhere. But yeah, and I mean, Tulane, be happy you're in there right now. But it hadn't been great to be that group of 5 spot. I mean, Memphis, they lost immediately after being there.
And now they're in this spin cycle with Summerall.
That's exactly right. Now Tulane there, who knows what happens to them? I don't know what the rest of Tulane's schedule looks like, but so far it has not been very good for that group of 5.
I do know what the rest of Tulane's schedule looks like.
Yeah.
It is
Temple and Charlotte, ain't it?
At Temple and home versus Charlotte, and then either on the road in the championship game or hosting.
I think they probably feel pretty good about both those games.
I don't know. Look
How
out
in the
for
world
Temple.
do you know Temple's schedule?
That
sounded very aggressive. I didn't mean for that to sound very aggressive.
He works at all sports days.
That came
sounds
off
like
very
you were
aggressive.
attacking me
No,
there.
when it came out, it was not.
I feel like I need an apology.
I'm just look. I don't know why anybody needs to know the Tulane schedule right now.
The coach at Temple is doing a job.
He's doing a good job.
I followed him on Twitter just in case.
Oh, really? Okay, I like that.
I'm sure that was a big moment for him to see that.
I think he's made it now.
I think so.
I was following.
Just don't get to the point where he has to block you like some other coaches have had to do. I guess one coach has had to do.
What? Oh, Petrino, Bielema. John Daly's not a coach.
No, he could be. Oh, John Daly on the sideline? Oh, man.
I'm feeling still hurt over Bielema.
Yeah, that was kind of random.
I thought we had Brett symmetry.
Thought so. The Bretts have to stay together.
I've got photos of us being buds.
Crazy. It's wild how things
I don't
can
think I
change.
ever tweeted or said an ugly thing about him. I really don't.
Weird. Very weird. Who knows? But, yeah, Lane, I'm sorry that it came off very aggressive. We're not supposed
It's okay.
It's not supposed to sound that aggressive. I was just confused. I didn't know we were keeping up with Tulane's football schedule. But that'll do it for top and not top story of the day. Let's get to our first break. And when we return, we got to talk some college football. Coach Tommy West, he joins us next.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Your Memphis Tigers football team is home for the regular season finale Thursday, November 27th, as they take on the Navy Midshipmen at 6:30. It's a Tiger Thanksgiving feast, and the first 5,000 fans will receive a Memphis football replica jersey apron. Arrive early as we celebrate our seniors one last time at Liberty Stadium. Don't miss the action, the giveaways, and the memories. Visit GoTigersGo.com/tickets for more information or to grab your seats today.
Volkswagen deal days are on during the Sign Then Drive sales event at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike. It's Sign Then Drive with 0 down payment, 0 security deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 do-it signing now available. Plus, take your pick at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike. 2025 Jetta Sport or 2025 Taos S, $199 a month. So hurry to Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike for the Sign Then Drive sales event with 0 down payment, 0 security deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 do-it signing now available. Plus Jetta Sport or Taos S, $199 a month. So visit online at GossettVWMemphis.com or hurry to Gossett Volkswagen 1875 Covington Pike, where we're charging forward and charging less every day. If you want it, we got it at Gossett Volkswagen. All 36-month leases, 7,500 miles, 25 cents excess mileage. Jetta SMO 85397, MSRP 25916. Taos SMO 56598, MSRP 27011. Must finance through Volkswagen Financial Services. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 excludes tax file and license with approved credit. Dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/25.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band t-shirt, the one you wore everywhere until you lost it, now you're on eBay, and there it is. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. From rare collectibles and vintage cars to designer fashion, it's all there. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM, your Mid-South sports station.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. I'm looking at what appears to be an accident over here on 40 eastbound near Hollywood. Again, some flashing lights over here slowing down traffic. 40 eastbound at Hollywood on this crash. It's picked up with more volume. 240 getting on to 385 Billboard Parkway going outbound Midtown. Traffic starting to build also. Hey, give the gift of clean this holiday season. Save 40% on Zips Car Wash. Gift cards and watch books. Perfect stocking stuffers. Check them out at zipscarwash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Brian and Brett with you, and we got to talk college football. We do it at this time every week with our coach. It's Coach Tommy West. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. A lot to get to. Let's start with the Tigers. Another loss, back-to-back losses. The first time this Tiger football program has lost back-to-back games since the 2022 season. What have you seen over these last 2 weeks and in that game on Saturday with now a second straight loss for the Tigers?
Well, one is we talked about it and Stats said it. I mean, that's a hard place to win. I mean, I've taken a lot of teams up there, and even when we were at South Carolina, when I was there as a D coordinator, I mean, that's a hard place to go win. I went back, though, to look at Memphis, and I've started going back now and kind of breaking these teams down, breaking their offense down like I did. When I was a defensive coordinator, you know, we didn't have all the analytics. You were the analytics.
Yeah.
Now that everybody's got a guy on the sidelines now with a book telling them, you know, go for it on fourth down, don't go for it on fourth down. You know, we had to do all that ourselves back in the day. But here's the thing. Memphis was 32 of 43 throwing the ball, which is good, but they only threw for 209 yards. So when you break that down, it's 6.5 yards of completion. And that's not good. That tells me that either he's not a very accurate deep ball thrower, they don't trust him throwing the ball deep, they're not getting chunk plays, and nobody's breaking it. They're throwing a lot of screens and a lot of short passes, and nobody's breaking tackles. So that would be something that I would work. Well, in comparison, East Carolina only threw the ball 34 times, but they were 23 or 34. But for 332, they were 14.4 yards of completion. That's a big difference. I mean, that's almost 10 yards difference in a completion. So East Carolina, every time they completed a ball, it was a first down on the average. So if I'm Memphis, I really got to look at my passing game and try to create ways to get the ball down the field.
Yeah, and almost like East Carolina was content to allow that as well for Memphis.
Yeah, well, yeah, you do. I mean, because you know you're going to have some screw ups, and you're going to. But, I mean, 6.5 yards a throw is not very good in college football.
Coach West, the headlines are just dominated with all the coaching carousel, and the money's unreal. And you talked about in the day you did your own analytics. Now, you're dismissing that you had that one GA helping you do those analytics, right?
That's true.
I mean, you did have one guy that was maybe getting his master's degree or finishing up undergrad that you had as a GA. But Brian,
and you spent more time with him than you did your family.
Absolutely, a lot more. I mean, you had more Thanksgiving meals with people not named West than you ever had named West, didn't you?
You know, that's the funny thing is I think about thinking now. I've been retired now. This is my second year, so this will be my second Thanksgiving. Yeah. We never had Thanksgiving.
Never.
We played every year.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's like, man, where'd y'all go? Go! I worked every Thanksgiving day.
Last Thanksgiving for you was senior year in high school.
That's exactly right.
And I would bet you probably went on a recruiting trip that weekend. Somewhere.
Probably so.
Probably.
Been too long for me to remember, but probably so.
Brian and I, we were talking before we came on. I know these coaches are all getting these headlines. We were talking about some of these coaches that are doing really good jobs that maybe people aren't talking about. I mentioned the guy at Temple. The coach at Wake Forest, and I saw Wake Forest in person last year with Ole Miss there, and they were practically out of the football business. There's some really good jobs being turned in. I think what Jeff Lebby has done at Mississippi State deserves a lot of congratulations.
He has done a good job from a year. I like to go back. You know, it's not what you do your first year somewhere. Can you just make some improvement every year? And he's done a good job at Mississippi State because they were really bad a year ago. and they're competitive now.
And we talk about the coach Willie Fritz at Houston that won at Tulane. He does a good job everywhere he goes. But the coaches, especially the SEC, getting a lot of the headlines. I'm not asking for any prediction, just the position that Lane Kiffin is in. He's earned it with the 4 double out of the last 5 years. But after what happened to him at USC, it feels like I think staying at Ole Miss. I think he will. I sure want him to. And I think for the rest of the coaching in his 50s, that'd be a good move for him just to stay where he is because he knows he can do it there.
I don't know why he would leave. You can't give me a good reason. He's got a great situation. You know, the only thing you can ever say is how long can he keep doing it? Well, in this day and time, it's not about the recruiting part so much. It's now, if you've got the money for NIL, now you can go sell them. You know, everything's not equal anymore. Who's got the money to get it done? And you know, he's got his daughter there. His son's, you know, quarterback over at Oxford. His wife's ex-wife or whatever he is supposedly moving back or moving to Oxford. I don't see him leaving. I really don't. I think Lane's got a great deal. He realizes that money's not an issue for him. I don't see him leaving. I think he likes it there.
One thing he really, really likes is David Cutcliffe's son, Chris, coaching Knox in high school, and David around it because everybody knows David Cutcliffe is a steady hand.
Yeah, and done a pretty good job with quarterbacks. You go back through the years.
That's right. You look at their bank accounts; they're pretty good.
That's exactly right. No, I think Lane's in a great situation. You know, LSU, great job. You can recruit there, all those good things, but it can be a pain in the butt job too. I mean, you got a fan base that's pretty hard to please. You know, and probably doesn't understand NIL that everybody else now has got players. Florida, we've talked about it. You know, years ago, the University of Florida, the University of Alabama, the University of Mississippi, you know, they were the team in the state. And the Mississippi States and Florida States and Auburn's weren't. I mean, now it doesn't matter. Everybody can get players now. So I think he would be really smart. I think he is a smart guy, and I think he'll stay there.
Coach, what do you make of the hire of James Franklin at Virginia Tech?
Well, I'd heard that was going on, that he really was trying to get that job. I think that's probably one that, you know, is not a top tier. It's not like it's a LSU or a Alabama job, but a good job anyway. And I'd heard that was one that he was trying to get. So I would guess it's a good hire. Again, I hope someday that I can find out. I hope I know what happened at Penn State, how all of a sudden, you know, and now they're back playing again. So I'd really like to know what happened there.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, good for him. I hope he does well.
This week, and we all like him. He's really, the honeymoon hadn't ended, but it could end for Josh Heupel if he goes to Gainesville and loses. And Tennessee's just had all kind of trouble there. When you played at Tennessee, that was not anywhere close to the big game. I don't know if y'all even played that much
in my 4 years. We didn't play Florida,
right? And even Tennessee and Florida one time met in a bowl game because they didn't play. It seems really weird now. But
well, when Coach Dickey left and went to Florida, that kind of put a little bit of spin. Would have been a good game.
Yeah, but can you imagine now with Doug Dickey at Tennessee and going to Florida and still coaching in in the
Yeah, how about that? No, that's not happening.
No,
but that's a shame though about Heupel. I've bragged on him because I think he's done a really good job. You go back now and you know, I'm not making an excuse for the guy, but the injuries have killed. You know, when you lose your best player on defense, your corner, you lose your starting corner immediately, then lose your other corner. I mean, defensively, they haven't been good. I mean, they're still good on offense. They can still score, but they can't stop anybody. So they've got to do something about their defense. I just really like the guy, and I think he does a really good job.
Absolutely. Talking to Coach Tommy
They
West.
can't replace him. I don't know I don't know who they can talk about it. Not here. I talk to Tennessee people a lot, and I feel their frustration. But I mean, come on, you've lost 3 games. You may still end up with 9 wins or 10.
Absolutely. Talking to Coach Tommy West, he joins us every Wednesday to talk college football. Oklahoma, they got the big win over the weekend over Alabama. They're at home this weekend facing a ranked Missouri team. What have you seen from Oklahoma, especially in that win over Alabama?
Well, that they're still what we said. They're not very good on offense, and they beat Alabama with 212 total yards of offense. They had 23. I think it was 23 or 20. They had hardly anything rushing. But they played Alabama exactly the way that you have to play Alabama. You have to pressure. Your pressure will help you in the pass game. It'll take away their run game, which they're not good running. We've been saying sooner or later it's going to catch up with them. Pitchers have bad days. Hitters usually don't. So your running game has always got to be your standby. If your quarterback isn't exactly on, you can always hand the ball off, which is pretty safe.
And they beat them in special teams, the third phase of the game.
They did. And it goes back, though. I know the people get tired of hearing coaches say it, but you got to win the turnover. They lost 3-0 in the turnover. One of them was a pick six. And so, therefore, Alabama has 406 total yards of offense. Oklahoma has 212 and wins the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Turnovers beat them. The turnovers took them out of it. And would have taken Texas A&M out of the game, but South Carolina wasn't good enough to hold on. That was 4 turnovers for A&M to 1 for South Carolina. South Carolina just wasn't good enough to hold on and beat them.
Yeah, what was up with that? I mean, that third quarter from Texas A&M was insane.
Well, I said last week, I put the jinx on them. I said last week that I thought they were the total team, offense, defense, and special teams in the SEC. And, the first half, I was going, holy smoke. And but then the second half, they look like it. I mean, they're a really, really talented team. And they had a turnover for a touchdown in the first half too. So I don't know. It's going to be really. And then Texas, Georgia. Mm-hmm. I thought Georgia turned it up physically. I thought they kind of beat them down. I mean, I thought Georgia bullied them. And, Georgia's a physical football team that I'm starting to get more and more respect for Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, me too. And why is he not more mentioned in the Heisman?
I don't know, because when you look at what he does, he throws, I think he was something like 24 or 29 or something like that in the game. I mean, it's crazy. Texas, though, 274 yards and 23 yards rushing. There again, they bullied them. They beat them up at the line of scrimmage. And Georgia's pretty dang good.
And that's how Kirby wants to play. And I didn't think on paper this was his most talented team, and it's not his best team. He's had 4 or 5 or 6 teams at Georgia that's been better than this one. But you don't have to be better than all those teams. You just got to be better than other teams out there this year.
That's exactly right. And I think, listening to Kirby, I think this team is, like you said, I think they're maybe not quite as talented, but I think they're physically tougher than some of the teams. And I think he loves this team because that's what they are. I saw him say that, some players will leave here because of the physicality and the way we practice, and because we're going to hit you and we're going to practice that way. And he says, and when they leave, I find out where they go, and then I want to schedule them because they're trying to go somewhere where it's not as physical.
And he also said, don't just come here for a check.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that.
Exactly right. I love it. Yeah. I absolutely love it.
You got to. Well, Coach, as always, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll do it again next week.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach Tommy West joining us, talk a whole lot of college football. Always a blast to have Coach on. Talk some ball, and he's a perfect guy to talk about, to talk to when it comes to the coaching carousel. Yeah. He's been around with that before.
And all those coaches, it's a real fraternity. Mm-hmm. They may not know everything, but they're texting with their buds and have ear to the ground, know everybody in these buildings. Mm-hmm. When you hear I got a source in the building from a reporter, all these coaches, they know what's going on in those buildings. And they will feel more comfortable talking to them than they will the media.
Yeah. Well, speaking of reporters, we have an update on the John Summerall, and it looks like the meeting with Florida's not happening today. Pete Nakos quote tweeting the On3 report. So an hour ago, On3 reported Florida is set to meet with Tulane head coach John Summerall. Pete Nakos, who works for On3, quote tweeted then said Tulane head coach John Summerall is not interviewing with Florida on Thursday. Sources tell On3 Sports, and he commented under that the meeting was on the books, but it has been called off. So
Plan C?
I don't know what is going on down in Gainesville.
At some point, don't they get to Jed Fish at Washington?
You got to. I mean,
in that story,
it feels like that's been if you've just missed on all your big options, that's the one to fall back on. And,
but wait, I didn't think anybody turned down Florida. It's all we've been battered with.
That's right. I mean, it's the big brand.
It is a big brand. Here's the big brand right here in our area. It's Jason's Deli. And I know next week at Thanksgiving, you may not want something primary from Jason's Deli because we're going to do the turkey thing and all that. We understand. But don't forget for sides, for desserts, bulk. And don't forget for the night before and maybe even a couple of days after when you're tired of leftovers and you still have a lot of people here, let Jason's Deli take care of you. A variety of delicious choices for breakfast, lunch, dinner, all-day meals for groups of 5 or 5,000 and all those different sides. Heck, if nothing else, some sweet tea. Grab a jug of sweet tea for everybody that's coming into the house for the holidays. Next week's Thanksgiving. Can we believe that? How about that?
Crazy. I still can't believe
Week from tomorrow. Wholesome food forever. It's a family thing at Jason's Deli. They are thankful for all of our listeners and all the people in this area with all these great locations. I promise you there's one close by you. We were at Park Place today across from MUS and had a great time. At Poplar and Highland by the University of Memphis, down in Olive Branch, out in Cordova, and it's healthy. They were on the health kick before it got cool. First franchise in the nation to be trans fat free. It's all about choice, plenty of organic food to choose from, that great salad bar, over 30 items for you to prepare it however you'd like, and off the menu. All right, let's go through. What'd you have today, Landon? You had the
CB Ranch potato.
Beef eater?
Beef eater, absolutely.
I had the Club Royale and the cup of chili. All that variety, you can get it at all these locations, and you can wrap it up with the complimentary free ice cream. And the nice lady came there pushing the free ice cream on us.
She did.
Said we could have seconds.
And I did. I took her up on it. Y'all did not. I did.
She couldn't tell it. I was trying to stay my self cushion.
That's right.
She was pushing it on us. All at Jason's Deli, again, at Park Place, at Poplar and Highland, Olive Branch, and Cordova. And you can always check them out online as well at jasonsdeli.com. And I asked the manager today, Jimmy, when's the Christmas tree going up? And he said soon.
Good. It should be. It's Christmas season. And something you got to know, especially around this time, when someone tells you around eating season, you can have seconds, you take them up on that offer. I mean, you don't say no thank you. You go for seconds, and that's what I did with the ice cream today.
I mean, it's not eating season for any good reason, is it? I mean, we got to go.
You got to eat. But, that was really good lunch today over at Jason's Deli. But we need to get to another break. When we return, we got to talk more about the college football playoff rankings revealed again last night. We'll discuss it all next on Sports Time.
Not only can you listen to your favorite shows on Sports 56, you can also watch video of the shows live on Twitter and YouTube. Watch and listen every day at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Founded in 1991 by lifelong law enforcement officers, ProTech Security can perform all security services for personal or corporate clients. Uniformed armed guard, plainclothes officers, neighborhood patrols, violence in the workplace, event and party security, dignitary protection, and alarm response. Licensed and insured in Mississippi, Arkansas, and Tennessee. They are currently looking for armed security officers, retired law enforcement, and military personnel especially. Premium pay and no limit on hours worked. If interested, give them a call at ProTech Security, 901-274-3400.
The wrap-up the year sales event is going strong at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat on the Pike. So come get in on it. Right now it's time to take your pick from 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport S or 2026 Jeep Compass Limited Altitude. It's your choice, just $289 a month. That's Jeep Wrangler Sport S or Jeep Compass Limited Altitude. Your choice, $289 a month. And if you're looking for an off-road beast, we Gossett in 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn. Now just $389 a month. That's right, Ram Tough Truck buyers. 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn, $389 a month. month. Plus 0% for 72 months available. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat online. GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Wrangler TW182534, Compass TT16309, Ram SN204539, includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 excludes tax file and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2025 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
To NST, it's never just another case. It's your shot at getting life back on track. Real help, real heart. 35 years and still winning. NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000 or go online at nstlaw.com.
Tip off the weekend with NBA G League action at Landers Center. The Memphis Hustle take on the Rio Grande Valley Vipers in the second leg of a 2-game series on Friday, November 21st at 7 p.m. Grab your tickets today at memphisHustle.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. We got to talk college football playoff rankings. Another ranking show last night, and a lot of it looked very similar. The kind of big moves. You had Georgia jump into the top 4 and
deserved, as Coach West
very
said.
deserved. I mean, we were just talking about it. I know we talked about it early in the season. I was one that I was not in on this Georgia team. I was not in on that quarterback at the beginning of the season. But they have gotten better as the year's gone on. They have kind of gelled together as a team, and those guys are playing really well. So deservingly in the top 4. We talked about.
I had 2 losses preseason for Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's. I don't know where I had them, but I mean, it's hard with any Georgia team to have them with more than 2 losses, right? I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now with Kirby Smart. As long as Kirby Smart is the head coach, I think you can pencil them in to be pretty good.
And they still could lose, too. They're
right,
not losing to Charlotte. They could lose to Georgia Tech.
They could certainly lose.
Should have last year.
Yeah. I saw someone put, I don't know if it's all time with Kirby Smart, but there's some number out there where Georgia has not covered a spread of 40 or more points, maybe in Kirby Smart's history. And they're a 43.5-point favorite against Charlotte this week. And they're like, who is the brave soul out there that's going to bet Charlotte plus 43.5? It's not going to be me.
That would be agony.
It's not going to be me. That Charlotte team's bad.
It's going to be 21-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, really.
That's half of it.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. But I don't have the heart to bet Charlotte.
I didn't have the quarrel with the rankings. I did with some of the explanation.
Sure.
But this Notre Dame team, I know they started 0-2, but we said then that was a good 0-2 team.
That was good. I mean, look at those teams they lost to. Look at the way they lost.
I know one was to Miami. I know it was narrow.
Yeah, I mean, then look, Miami has tripped up, but still Miami. What's Miami rank? 13th? 12th?
They are,
13th,
but they would be the ACC
right.
rep.
But I mean, that's not what I'm saying is that wasn't a bad loss by any means. Even if you want to say about Miami that they drop they always drop the game in November that they should win. I completely agree with that.
Lost A&M was fluky.
It was fluky, and look at A&M now. I mean, A&M is looking like one of the best teams in college football. If you take away that first half against South Carolina, I think you can make an argument that they are the best team.
And it is Notre Dame, but that's not the only reason they're ranked.
Yeah,
they have a great resume.
No, they do. They absolutely have a great resume. And so yeah, I didn't have many issues with anything last night.
If the bracket were last night, it would be Ole Miss hosting Miami.
Yeah, the
on-campus weekend of one game Friday night, the 19th, and the other 3 on Saturday, the 20th. Just like last year, I would, just for programming purposes, I would bet you Notre Dame will be that Friday night game.
Yeah,
whatever Notre Dame and the opponent.
Probably, yeah, that would make the most sense. But man, I think a lot of people would be happy with a Miami in Oxford matchup against Ole Miss. That'd be
but for TV.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And that game could Alabama and Oregon could very well be the game, but you had Notre Dame and OU on Friday night. I mean, OU's a great 75-year TV brand.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Since we've had the TV.
That's right. Notre Dame was the Friday night game last year, right?
It was against IU.
Because I didn't get to watch it because that was when I was in a wedding.
Route early. Oh, that was wedding day.
Yeah, we were trying to watch it.
Special day over these airways.
Boy, tell me about it.
One we'll never forget.
Yeah, no kidding.
But and routed IU early, and IU rallied late.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody crushing them on the Twitter machine of shouldn't be in the game, and then they made it.
Yeah.
I think that ended up being the closest game until Notre Dame got knocked out that anybody played against them in the playoffs.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And really lampooned in the heat of the moment, as the Twitter is.
Oh, of course. That's
Tulane at Texas Tech, if it fell out this way. You think Tulane would have a chance?
I don't.
I don't either.
I don't. And I mean, that's kind of where the group of 5 is right now this year. I mean, there's not a great group of 5 team right now. So, I mean, I don't know where it goes.
If this bracket held, the winner of Ole Miss, Miami, if it's Ole Miss against A&M, and I think, I don't know if it's already a set grid or they're going to try to manipulate it for proximity and regionality, but that would make sense for that being the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Georgia against the winner of Tulane, Texas Tech, it would make sense for that being, I think that access is orange. Ohio State and winner of Notre Dame, OU, that's rose.
Yeah.
And Indiana against winner of Bama, Oregon, I think the other game is sugar.
Yeah.
So that would be a good Sugar Bowl.
No, yeah, it would be. No, I like these matchups right now. The potential first round matchups, a lot of football to be played. But if we get some of these potential matchups, I think they'd be. I mean, Oregon at Alabama in the first round, like that would be, or excuse me, Alabama at Oregon in the first round. That'd be awesome.
That's good stuff.
That'd be awesome. So yeah, I could definitely get down with a lot of these matchups if they hold.
And again, like I said in the open, I don't think Ole Miss can lose to Mississippi State and stay in the bracket.
No, I don't think so either. That's the thing. You said it. You know, there are a lot of teams in this, especially the lower part of the bracket. You don't want to lose because it gets really tricky if you drop a game, and so we'll see where it goes from here. But
and we're gonna have the big debate of if you had Georgia, Bama 10-2, but they're in the SEC championship game. Should it be a penalty for the defeated team?
Yeah,
I've always said no, but if you're going to get that big reward, if you're going to have the reward, don't you have to have the risk?
It's tricky because I mean you're playing an extra game. You're in
and
the
how you lose it. I mean, 42-10.
Well, and
I
Brett,
think you're out.
Brett, we've been told that the way that you play in the conference championship game, the way that loss looks matters. I mean, SMU got in last year because they didn't lose.
Because they rallied in the second half.
That's right. They played well in that second half and made it close. So we'll see. We'll learn a lot of things. Yeah, that's right. SMU. But we'll learn a lot of things over these next couple of weeks about what the college football playoffs will look like. But, I didn't have much issues with those rankings last night. Well, let's get to a break, and when we return, we'll start our second hour. David Cohn, co-host of Crane & Company. He joins us next.
Looking for the best prices on shirts, jeans, boots, and more? Frontier Western Store has you covered. At Frontier, you'll always find amazing deals on everything in the store. Unlike online and chain stores that run occasional sales, Frontier keeps prices low every single day, so you get the best deal whenever you shop. Be ready for winter with a full line of outerwear by Ariat and Carhartt. Beanies and coats galore, and then there's Frontier's world-famous boot showroom. Come shop new styles by Ariat, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, Frontier is the place. See thousands of boots by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and many more with daily arrivals. And Frontier makes Christmas shopping easy because everyone loves to see a new pair of boots under the tree. For the lowest prices every day, visit Frontier Western Store at 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch and at frontierwesternstore.com. locally owned and operated since 1967.
Hey everybody, it's time to gobble up the savings. All-Star Chevy right here in Olive Branch is thankful for all of our customers. Red tags for 0 interest financing are now on every new Silverado and Equinox. And look, your good credit deserves it. All new Chevy Colorados and Equinoxes in stock are now just $100 over invoice. So it's time to gobble up the savings and be in what you really want to drive this Thanksgiving. If you're law enforcement, military, first responder, you get a extra $500 bonus. And Olive Branch is where all the new Chevys are. And it's the only place you can find all the barely driven certified pre-owned Chevys you want. Every pre-owned you could ever want. It's right here in Olive Branch. And if you got any vehicle you want to sell, bring it here to All-Star Chevy and get the most money for it today. So don't miss the Gobble Up the Savings sale going on right now in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Or go to allstarautogroup.com.
They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I don't know who they is, but they're right. Start your day with a fast, fresh breakfast at Sunrise on Jefferson or Sunrise East on Poplar, and the rest of your day will sail by. You'll be full of delicious Sunrise, so no challenge is too daunting. Once you've had one of Sunrise's signature house-made biscuits and a couple of eggs cooked to perfection, you're a brand new person. People will be able to tell. They'll think that person went to Sunrise for breakfast. I envy them. Oh, lunch is pretty important, and you can get that at Sunrise, too.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event on now at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 2025 Kia K4 LXS. We Gossett $145 a month, $39.95 due at signing. How about 2025 Kia Sorento LX? We Gossett $172 a month, $49.95 due at signing. And 2026 Kia K5 LXS. We Gossett $192 a month, $39.95 due at signing on a 24-month lease. Plus, they're all equipped with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You just ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today. Hurry to Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike or online anytime at KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 20,000 per year, 25 cents excess mileage, 650 acquisition fee, K4 SC 182 921, MSRP 24,850, Sorento SG 405 858, MSRP 34,275, K5 TS 421 572, MSRP 29,540. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 must finance through KFA. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2025.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. A couple of accidents out here in the last few minutes. Really starting to pick up. 40 East over here at Warford, Hollywood, all the way over to White Station. Watching it build south of Memphis. We had radar down in parts of DeSoto County earlier at 55. Watch your speed again as you travel 55 south of Memphis this afternoon. Hey, Weimer's Jewelry, your full-service family-owned jewelry store right here in Memphis. Check them out this holiday season and shop local. Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Then I could be free. Why can't you see me standing right in front? 'Cause I've been needing, waiting in your love. In my head, I bet I've told you that 1,000 times.
That is 1,000 times by our next guest is David Cohn, the co-host of Crane and Company. David, thanks so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about this one, 1,000 times.
David. Sounding great.
Wow, fellas. Thank you so much for having me. That one certainly takes me back. That was on the last album that I released, Studio A. That was back in Atlanta. I wrote that in Atlanta. Funny enough, while I was living there and you know, we finished that album up there, I did actually still record that one in Nashville at Blackbird Studios, which is just a really awesome place here in town. That one was produced by Mr. Billy Guin, a great producer back in Atlanta. But I haven't heard that song in many years now, so thanks for playing it, guys.
All right, David, I don't know if you will know this reference, but are you familiar with the artist Johnny Lang?
Yes.
that has a Johnny Lang sound to it. I like it.
Well, I might have to listen to some of him tonight now.
I saw him open for the Rolling Stones in '99 at the Pyramid at the Pyramid here in Memphis.
Wow, that's awesome, man. You know, the Rolling Stones came to Statesboro one time, and that's kind of a claim to fame there.
Well, they shall we say they had the Statesboro Blues?
Yeah, you can definitely say that, man.
and throughout the South, for as much country, rockabilly, the rock and roll, not just Elvis, but in Muscle Shoals and Statesboro, what the Allman Brothers did, what other people did, it's really legendary across the South.
Yeah, it's really cool, and each little pocket has its own sound. And, you know, my wife's from Florence, Alabama, right there near the Shoals, and they really took pride in that sound. And I mean, that's not that far from Nashville, but the Nashville sound was a completely different sound. And I just
like
hope
our
that we're
accents
able...
are different. I mean, a South Carolina accent is very different than a Mississippi accent.
Sure, but apart from that, the music, the way they made the music was different. So you would have British artists come in. You could have an artist from the UK come to Muscle Shoals and produce a record that sounded very different from what you were going to get in Nashville or elsewhere around the country. And I hope that we don't lose that, especially in this era of AI coming on very strong. And it's a tool, and it's very scary, and I'm having to start to learn it and mess with it for the first time. And it's as impressive as it is terrifying. And I hope that we don't lose those little pockets of regionality, which honestly, that's a great segue to college football, because that's my biggest concern with the sport that we all love, is that we're going to lose those regional pockets, and there's just going to be this corporate enterprise and takeover of the sport.
Yeah, just one big homogenous glob.
Sure, exactly. And you've seen that kind of direction with the NFL, this corporatist push, this globalist push. I mean, Roger Goodell would love nothing more than to play a Super Bowl overseas. Well, that doesn't work so well for people like you and me who have really loved that sport, too, for a long time. And, I mean, certainly my father-in-law, Richard Todd, played in the NFL at a time when, I mean, physicality was a selling point of the league. Now they're trying to soften it up as much as possible.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think you'll know this. The last 30 years, the Stones keyboardist, Chuck Leavell, I think, lives in Tuscaloosa, doesn't he?
Oh, that I don't know. But, I mean, hey, if you got a connection, hook me up.
and he's really good. Last night, the reveal, what did you think?
Well, I had a lot of issues now. I'm even getting a little PTSD as you bring it up. Obviously, the first thing is it was almost a carbon copy of the AP, so I don't know if some of these college football playoff committee members are just being so influenced by what's happening there with the AP poll, and they're scared to make a difference. And the biggest thing you saw there was Alabama falling to 10 behind Notre Dame, which I know a lot of Alabama fans are upset with, but honestly, and Georgia Tech, honestly, falling so far below even the first ACC team, Miami, I know that they're particularly frustrated too, but with Georgia Tech and with Alabama, it doesn't matter that much. I think, Alabama's going to get it shot. You've got to win the Iron Bowl, and if you do, you're in the SEC championship game, and if you win that, you're most likely going to be a first four-bye team. Now, you win the Iron Bowl, go to the SEC championship game, and pick up your third loss there to, let's say, a rematch with Georgia or to Texas A&M, then yes, there could be a scenario where you're no longer getting a bye or hosting a game. But if you win the Iron Bowl, you're in the college football playoff. The loser of the SEC championship is just in. I'll keep bringing it up, guys. I know I sound like a broken record, but I don't understand what's going on with the Miami and Notre Dame head-to-head being completely discounted, and this excuse that we're getting of, well, those two teams aren't close enough to compare, or else the head-to-head would have mattered. What are you talking about? They're not close enough because you propelled one of them so high in the rankings from the very get-go, even though their record was exactly the same. And then there's all sorts of little things. I mean, how is Texas Tech jumping Ole Miss but not Georgia? The first Group of 5 team is Tulane. I mean, I'm wondering what the Sun Belt has to do with James Madison to be able to get a look here. But there's all sorts of issues. I'm hoping that it'll play itself out. But, man, there's some teams that could really put a wrench in this thing.
Do you trust Hunter Yurachek out there as the spokesman?
Well, I don't know. I mean, can I say no? Can I be honest with you? But it's not just – it's almost like you could have said it. I mean, put me in there. I mean, you could say, would you trust David Stone? At some point, this is what we were just talking about with the music thing and with the regionality of the sport. There is a committee conglomerate that is behind it with special interest, so it really doesn't matter who you make the mouthpiece. Obviously, we love someone like, if you could get like the way Dana White with the UFC communicates with his fans, always very upfront, very transparent. You don't think he's still trying to make a bunch of money? You don't still think he's trying to globalize his sport and grow it? But he's always very upfront and very transparent. So, yeah, I guess if there was a spokesperson that could just speak to us the way that you and I are speaking right now, that would be very helpful no matter what the special interests are. And look, at the end of the day, guys, we are going to have an awesome, awesome playoff with some really great teams and some awesome matchups. And whatever little nitpicking we have, here, I hope that that's all that it is at the end of the day. But like I said, I mean, what if USC goes to Oregon and wins this weekend? What if Michigan is able to win out and beat the Buckeyes at home? What if Vanderbilt's able to beat Tennessee in Neyland Stadium the last game of the season? What if Georgia Tech somehow upsets Georgia and then does it?
David, you there? I think we might have lost David there. We'll try to get back connected with him. Landon, if you could try to reconnect with David.
But
there.
David's right. We don't want college football to become this just totally corporatized. It may be too late.
It could. It's a really good chance it probably could be. But no, I mean, I think he's absolutely right. And so, yeah, I mean, I liked what he said about, it doesn't matter if it's Hunter Yurchek or anybody in there. David, sorry, we lost you there. Continue what you were saying.
Well, I'm here, guys. I hope you can still hear me. I mean, we're going to have an awesome playoff no matter what, and it's going to be fascinating to see how it comes out down the stretch here.
How many SEC teams can win it all?
How many can win the national championship? Yes. Are you asking?
Yes.
That's a really good question. Well, let's just go down. I think Alabama could win the national championship. I think Texas A&M could win the national championship. I think the same about Georgia right now. I don't feel the same about Vanderbilt. I don't think they can win the national title, but I think they could get in the college football playoff. I don't know about Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma has what it takes to reel off what the Buckeyes did a year ago with that 4-game stretch. Now, I think they're really good, and they're really good on the right side of the ball, which is that defense, and you saw it against Alabama. But I do think Alabama, Georgia can win the national championship, and Ole Miss is the interesting one. I don't know if Ole Miss has what it takes to win every single round that it would need to win the national title, and honestly, I hope Lane Kiffin's focused enough right now to be able to pull something like that off. I don't know if he's flying around and interested in other jobs. Honestly, I think the Egg Bowl is going to tell us a lot. Now, they don't need to win the Egg Bowl to get into the college football playoff, and honestly, there's still an outside shot to make the SEC championship game fall into place. But I'm excited to see how they go and line up in the Egg Bowl, a rivalry game on the road against a team they're better than, because there's a lot of vibes seeping out of Oxford right now that, hey, I think, old Lane Kiffin is seeking other jobs, and how committed are the players in a situation like that? Well, a rivalry game is a great example to tell us how committed they are.
It sure is, and that's one that it should be good morning, good afternoon, good evening for Ole Miss. It shouldn't even be the harrowing last 6 minutes, should it?
Well, I mean, you tell me. Over there, you very close proximity there to Oxford. Do you think Mississippi State is going to put up the type of fight in a rivalry game to keep that close?
Yes.
Yeah, I would expect the same. And again, I think Ole Miss is a better football team, and I think that's what has been different about Lane Kiffin. He does look focused. But again, so much has transpired in this last week or two where these teams are clearly coming after him. And I really do hate it for him, and I hate it for the Ole Miss fans, and I hate it for the players, because it's not like you're 7-5 and your coach is thinking about leaving. We've seen that scenario in Oxford before. You actually have a chance to make the SEC championship and the college football playoff, and I do think they are a team that could do some damage when they get in there. I just don't know about national championship.
Yeah, great point, David. This isn't Tubb 1998, heading off to Auburn. This is potentially walking out on a team that we're talking about potentially winning a national championship. Now, I'm with you on winning it all. I just don't think they have the lockdown defensive back against some of these other teams to win it. I don't know if they put enough pressure on a quarterback, and I don't know if they can lock down like those Ohio State wide receivers.
Yeah, and look, let's see how good those guys really are, because I don't think they've been tested in a while.
That's true too.
And look, they're gonna get their own rivalry game here pretty soon, and Michigan's won 4 straight of those things, so we'll find out.
That was said with some gusto by a proud Michigan man that has that M letter jacket in his closet.
Yes, sir. I'm looking at it right now.
And who would be shocked by Michigan beating Ohio State at the Big House?
Ryan Day at this point would be the only one, I guess. At this point, I don't know who else. I mean, and all of this is because of last year, right? You could say, well, they're on a 4-game win streak. Yeah, but 3 of those years were Jim Harbaugh, and 3 of those years Michigan was better than the Buckeyes. Vegas just wasn't picking up on it, right? Because they just continue to have the Buckeyes favored.
Oh, no, it didn't happen again, did
I think
it?
we lost
David, you there?
I'm here.
Okay,
you guys hear me?
We thought we lost for a minute.
All right,
Okay,
David,
no.
and we'll visit next week. But starting Sunday at noon around the building at Michigan for Ohio State week, is it relaxed? Is it intense? Is it a combination of both? I mean, you're not playing. It's not Maryland.
I wish you guys could experience the vibe, because it's hard to put it into words, honestly. And it's. I think the only word I can say is focused. And it's not because you're not focused on any other team or any other game or any other week that you play, but there's something that is so different about that week the second you walk into the building, and it happens for the entire week, and it really, really is cool. And it's an unspoken thing. There's not like a coach that's given a pregame speech before the week even starts. It's passed down from generation to generation. And I say this as someone who was from Georgia and whose mom is from Columbus, Ohio. I had no affiliation with Michigan before they offered me a scholarship. It's passed down from senior class to senior class. It's passed down from generation to generation. When you walk in that building that week, you know that something different is going on, and you want to beat them with everything you have.
Yeah. David, you may have, and your family with your lovely wife, Darby, you may have the best DNA background in college football. Dad goes to law school at Fayetteville. Your mom from Columbus. You played at Michigan. You're from Georgia. Your wife's dad played at Alabama. Y'all got it all.
Well, there's a reason we care about this sport so
That's
much.
right.
There's
You
a
can
reason
tell
that
it, too.
both of us work in this sport professionally, and there's a reason that that I really want to defend this game and set this sport up for the best future that we can see from it.
That's right. David, talking about the coaches, we talked about Lane Kiffin already. He's dominating the headlines. But what did you make of Virginia Tech? It's something we talked about for a couple of weeks. It's been there that they wanted James Franklin. It became official earlier this week. What do you make of that fit?
Can it be done again, or was Beamer the only one?
Yeah.
No, I think it was a great hire by Virginia Tech. I think that Blaine Crane on our show said something interesting this week. I'm ready for Sandman to mean something again. Yeah. And, I thought that James Franklin might take the Arkansas job, or quite frankly, I thought, I had heard that he was waiting for Florida State to open up, and that is a fantastic job. But I think that he can go do at Virginia Tech what he was trying to do at Penn State. Now, I'm not saying the guy's going to go win a national championship, but he can go be a dominant force in the ACC. I mean, if you're Dabo Swinney or if you're Mario Cristobal at Miami, you don't like seeing James Franklin go take the Virginia Tech job, because he is going to have to be reckoned with. And how quickly can he build it up? Well, we're going to find out. But we're talking about the same guy who won 9 games at Vanderbilt back-to-back seasons. Right. I mean, think about what all Clark Lee is doing right now at Vanderbilt with Diego Pavia. I mean, he hadn't even won 9 games back-to-back years, and James Franklin did that. Couldn't get him to a national championship at Penn State, but I grew up, some of my earliest years falling in love with college football was watching Michael Vick at Virginia Tech go to the national championship and play Bobby Bowden in Florida State. So I've seen it be done there.
Last Friday morning, our morning show, Eli Savoy and Greg Aston, they had on Coach Clark Lee from Vanderbilt. It's some of the best radio that I've ever heard on this station. And I saw one of our colleagues today that's host of that show, Eli Savoy, and I asked him rhetorically, but kind of jokingly, but somewhat seriously, why can't every coach be as normal and as nice a person as Clark Lee?
Yeah, well, he comes from great stock because I got to run into his father one time at SEC Media Days outside.
We sure did, in Nashville.
It was here in Nashville. I probably had just gotten done coming off the air with you at some point, but he was here, and I talked to him for 15 or 20 minutes, and he was just saying how proud he was of his boy, and he was hoping that, I mean, quite frankly, he was hoping that he wasn't going to get fired this upcoming year, and that was several seasons ago, and now look at him. I mean, he's transformed this team. I mean, forget the possibility of making the college football playoff, which could happen if they win at Tennessee. Who wants to play him? Who wants to play Vanderbilt right now? It used to be an automatic W, not just within the conference, but around the country. Now, who in the world would want to play that team because they punch you in the mouth? So all credit to him and what he's built.
What do you think about some of the online rumors and prospects of Pat Fitzgerald being the coach at Arkansas?
Well, that would be very interesting. I haven't put a lot of stock into that, so I'm glad that you guys brought it up. What do you guys think? I mean, you're a Razorback. You love that?
I love it, and I think after his being out of the game and seeing, from a different view, you learn a lot.
Yeah, he would certainly bring a mentality that I think could do very well in Fayetteville. But at the same time, I said the same about Sam Pittman, and it didn't work out. I mean, here's the question. Are they going to dedicate the resources necessary to be able to have success there? And talking about Hunter Yurachek earlier, that was one of the things that surprised me when they moved on from Sam Pittman, is him admitting that he hadn't necessarily given the necessary resources for a head coach to have success. Well, it's just in an arms race era now, that's got to happen.
Yeah, and Hunter says that on a Monday at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, and 2 weeks later, he fires him.
Yeah. So I don't know. Clearly, they've done that with basketball, right? I mean, they made a move on Calipari and got their guy. So look, and whoever they hire, you got to give the resources necessary, because that is a place that I still think you can have a lot of success. You can get some of that Walmart money, that Sam Walton money, and Tyson Chicken over there too. I mean, they can get the necessary funds to build a great roster.
Yeah, they absolutely can. David, I've been trying the last couple of days to understand what exactly happened in the South Carolina and Texas A&M game. Can you help me understand what I witnessed in that game?
I've seen games that qualify as quote unquote tale of two halves games, where one team, you didn't play the same in the second half as you did in the first half. I've never seen it be quite so distinct from every single play. It was kind of like that Space Jam movie when the Monstars just took all their talent. I mean, Marcel Reed couldn't throw it. The wide receivers couldn't catch it. The defense couldn't tackle. They were taking bad angles every single play in the first half. And then on the other side, South Carolina could do no wrong. And all those stars we talked about all off season, Lenora Sellers and Nick Harbor, Dylan Stewart, all of them showed up. And in the second half, it wasn't just the opposite for one team, both teams. I mean, I didn't hear any of those three stars' name called in the second half, and Marcel Reed figured it out. And the entire Texas A&M offense and defense figured it out. And you can only come back and win a game like that if you're extremely focused and if you have faith in your senior class and in your coaching staff, because those are the guys who lead you. And I would pay good money to hear that halftime speech from Mike Elko. And quite honestly, I would bet money that he didn't raise his voice a lot. I mean, he probably got stern, but I don't think that was a yelling and throwing trash cans type halftime speech, because that's not what you need in that moment. And what surprised me most with the way they came out in the first half was it being at home. I mean, you can have some road games like that in the SEC and really elsewhere around the country, but being at home, I was surprised. But man, did they answer the bell, which is why right now, I mean, talk about teams you don't want to play. Who would want to play Texas A&M, and who could bet against them right now? It seems like a team you can't kill.
I think I jinxed at South Carolina Saturday. I texted a friend of mine, and this was the text: Nick Harbor has some DK Metcalf in him, and then he didn't catch anything the rest of the day.
Well, I think that's an acceptable text. I mean, I had some buddies I worked with back in Atlanta when the Falcons were winning the Super Bowl 27-3 who were sending messages, "Oh my God, the Falcons are going to win the Super Bowl." Well, yeah, that jinx is on them.
Well, I did it that day too, and my middle nephew texted 28-3, and I was there. I was in Houston. I texted, I said, well, we've seen then. He goes, don't count out 12.
Don't count out TB12, man. And boy, did he put on a performance.
Yes, he did. Yeah, unreal stuff. And now it looks like they've got another quarterback up there in New England again. So with Drake May, so we might see
which I'm happy to see, because I was a big advocate of his at North Carolina, just the way that he played, and you can tell, man, when you get with the right coach, that guy Mike Vrabel just knows what he's doing. When you get with the right guy, you can make special things happen.
It's got to line up, though. You get with the wrong one and you're wrecked.
That's exactly right.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely can happen. Well, David, as always,
thank you.
Thanks so much. We'll do it again next week.
Thank you, guys. Talk more soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, David. David Cohn from Crane and Company joining us, talk a whole lot of college football and a lot to get to. I mean, it's we're now to the time of year where it's not just on the field. It's with the rankings. It's with the coaching searches. It's a lot going on right now.
Vandy's got to take care of business, though.
Yeah, no, they do.
And Clark Lee would really stress that last Friday morning with Greg and Eli. That's still up at Featured Audio.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is.
It is great stuff. And that year at SEC Media Days, Clark Lee's dad came over and visited with me. He grew up in Memphis, played at Central High, went to Vandy to play football, became a physician, team doctor there for Vandy a lot of years, for baseball, the Nashville Sounds a lot of years. And I don't know if that was the year, we didn't have, maybe it was the year before, the first year back after COVID, when he made the comment that we're going to win the national championship here. We laughed in the man's face.
Everybody did. And then the joke became, okay, you think you can win the national championship? We're going to vote you number one in the SEC. And that was kind of an inside joke for some people at SEC Media Days. And, I mean, he is...
Kentucky and Tennessee will be tough, though.
Oh, it would be really tough. And
those aren't gimmies.
No, and Kentucky now 5-5 on the season. They look up now after, just 2 weeks ago, only 3 wins on the season. They're looking up now, hey, we win one more game, we're bowl eligible. So, they're going to want to go out there. They've got a lot of confidence after that win over Tennessee
Both
Tech,
on the road, in Nashville against the Commodores, in Louisville against U of L.
Yeah, so, got to win
Split
one of those.
And they're in a bowl game,
That's right.
and they skipped to the bowl game after the start.
No doubt about it. So, it's not going to be easy, and then we know Tennessee's not going to be
And
easy.
I thought the Ole Miss win at Kentucky, I don't think it was appreciated enough by others, if for no other reason, it beat the heck out of the result last year for Ole Miss against Kentucky.
Anything beats
We're
that.
not valuing just winning enough.
No, we're not. No, not at all.
That's the object, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Win the games. And, you always say, you win and everything else will take care of itself.
And by the same token, I'm being a little sensitive here and a little paranoid, which both are really bad signs. But Ole Miss got that late touchdown against South Carolina, and kind of the national commentary, well, you had to tack that one on late to have that margin against South Carolina. Well, you see what they did against A&M.
That's right, yeah. That's exactly right. So, at the end of the day, just win the game, however it comes, by a lot or a little, just win. And, so we'll see.
Egg Bowl's going to be wild, though.
Isn't it always? Tell me a non-wild
Tennessee Vandy's going to be wild.
Tennessee Vandy's going to be fun. I hope it's fun.
Rivalry weekend, my favorite weekend of college football.
It's going to be fun. And crazy to believe that we're just a week away from it. Brett, I still can't believe Thanksgiving's next weekend. I don't know how we got here.
Can't be.
I don't know how we got to this point. But
only one more Wednesday until Thanksgiving.
That's crazy. I don't know how we got to this point. But, it's kind of blowing my mind. So let's get to a break. When we return, we got to talk the Grizzlies. They were losers last night against the San Antonio Spurs. We'll talk about that game. They return home tomorrow night against Sacramento. We'll talk it all next on Sports Time.
You have opinions?
I think it's over.
Of course you do.
I don't think it's that simple.
Everyone does.
I got all the answers.
Hit us up on the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line at 360-8255.
At Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, we've proudly served families across the Mid-South since 1958. Still family owned and operated, we're built on tradition, trust, and old-fashioned service you can count on. And now to celebrate 68 years of service, we're offering a heating tune-up for just $68. Keep your home safe, efficient, and ready for the cold months ahead. Looking to upgrade? Right now, get up to $2,000 in instant carrier cool cash rebates, plus 60 months no interest financing on select carrier systems. That means comfort and savings today and peace of mind for years to come. But that's not all. Upgrade today and take advantage of $500 off a tankless water heater or a whole home generator installation. Even more ways to protect your home and your family. Don't wait. These special offers won't last. Call 347-8086 or visit ChotesHVAC.com today and turn to the experts with Choates and let our family serve your family.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. I wanted to take a minute and discuss advertising with you. There are so many websites that list the best service provider in your area. Even the BBB has an accredited list. You know the one thing they all have in common? A company like mine has to pay to get on that list. So that begs the question, can those lists be trusted? You know what can be trusted? History. We've been around for almost 30 years providing customers with the best service and the best products that we possibly can. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call. We'll come talk to you and let you decide for yourself whether or not we know what we're talking about. Fiveash Roof Services. Best products, best warranties, and in many cases, the best price. We're fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
The 2025 Range Rover Sport sits right at the heart of the Land Rover lineup, offering a perfect mix of style, performance, and versatility. Smaller and more agile than a full-size Range Rover, it's a great option for everyone who wants luxury and practicality. Every model comes with 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive standard. Whether you navigate city streets or tackle rough terrain, Range Rover Sport has you covered. Every drive is powerful and breathtaking. The 2025 Range Rover Sport is the epitome of sporting luxury. Test drive one at Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City.
It's takeover time, and you'll know when. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors, and the takeover time I mentioned is when your house has been on the market for so long and you want somebody to come in, take over, properly market it, and get it sold. People often say when you want the job done, call Sheldon, because I have a highly successful strategic marketing program that can mean the difference in what you make and when. It involves preparation before you go on the market, along with proper presentation and accurate pricing based on our ever-changing market and rates, and being made aware of what's going on around you so you can make intelligent decisions, not merely guessing. Call me at 483-0546 or MemphisRelocate.com and let me take your listing over and get it sold. I may be lousy at golf, but I sure do sell some homes. Call me, Sheldon Rosengarten, 483-0546 or MemphisRelocate.com.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With over 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Sports 56 traffic.
Afternoon as it starts a little bit heavier in Midtown here just in the last few minutes. 240 South at South Parkway. It's loading up pretty good now with that volume on 240 right here at Mount Moriah, getting on to 385 Bill Morris Parkway, cranking it pretty good, headed on out towards the Collierville area. Hey, give the gift of clean this holiday season. Save 40% off Zips Car Wash, gift cards, and wash books. Check them out online for more information. ZipsCarWash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
To Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
And she says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could.
Welcome back back in Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. We've talked a whole lot of football today. We got to switch gears, talk some basketball. We got to discuss the Memphis Grizzlies. They were in action last night on NBC, part of this new TV package for the NBA. And the Grizzlies get their first shot on on NBC. A loss. It was entertaining, but ultimately that 11-0 run was not entertaining, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
It does. Came up short, played well, played hard, but still, I don't think it's great between coach and system and team. And this losing streak and this record, it stands out. 4 up, 11 down. I don't know what we thought it would be like in the first 20, but I thought it would be better than the first 15 or so, heading into 20. Sacramento tomorrow night, on the road at Dallas. Monday night against Denver. Where are the wins? Where are they coming from?
Yeah.
Next Wednesday night, road in New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, there's a win there. It should be, at least. I mean,
road.
New Orleans is really bad. So, I mean, if you're going to win one, I mean, it's got to come in that one. But, I mean, hey, Brett, this team has no identity right now. I don't think there's we talked about culture building earlier with some of these college programs. I don't think there's a culture with this Grizzlies team. I don't think there's a lot of good going on, and
your stars aren't coming through.
No, but I think it's bigger than that, Brett. I think it starts from the front office and some of the decisions they've made and kind of the mess it's been over the last 6 months to a year.
Even if you had to move on from Isolo, with the emergence and the development, and it looks like could be there, of Cedric Coward, save Zach Kleiman?
I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, I'm about tired of Zach Kleiman, the drafter. I mean, I think he gets way too much for his draft picks.
I mean, the Bain expiration date hit.
Well, Brett, I mean, like, when are we start giving credit to the scouting department? And when are we going to start giving credit to the guys that are actually finding these guys? I mean, Zach Kleiman is quite literally gets the tape that his scouts send him. He looks at it for maybe 20 minutes each, and then he hands a card in. He makes a call, and they draft a guy. I mean, like, the reason do you think? I said this yesterday with Darian and Jaham. Like, do you really think Zach Kleiman was watching Santi Aldama at Loyola, Maryland? Like, he wasn't watching him. Like, it didn't happen. I don't think he was watching much Desmond Bain at TCU. So, like, why does he get all the credit for these draft picks? Like,
well, he's going to now get the blame.
I mean, I guess that's the double-edged sword of it.
29 teams take John Morant.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, and 29 teams or however many teams behind, what was it, pick 4, take Jaren. Like, I mean, those were gimmies.
That wasn't Zach Kleiman. That was.
Oh, that's right. That was before.
Previous.
Yeah, that was a draft or two before.
Yeah.
Well,
1 year before.
1 year before. So, I mean, I think all of this goes back to
this is November 19th, and we're having these conversations and have this.
Well, it's gonna be a long season. I mean, you ready?
Gloom.
Yeah, no, it's. Well, I mean, don't be gloomy. Brad. I'm not going to be gloomy because
over the picks.
The great thing about it is you're getting ready for a phenomenal draft class. This draft class is awesome.
When do you go into full tank?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Can't be too far from it.
Well, Brad, I think you're.
How do you sell tickets in full tank?
Well, I don't think you. I mean, we talked about it. You're going tomorrow night. I mean, you're already not selling tickets.
Right.
So, I mean, who cares if you say you're tanking or not? They're already tanking without saying it. It seems not very good.
I'm looking at future home games. Tomorrow night against Sacramento. Monday night against Denver. Okay. That's got a lot of
draw.
But Monday night, holidays, football, all that.
A lot going up against.
First Friday night in December against the Clippers. A Sunday afternoon against Portland. A Saturday night against Washington. Tell me when we're full.
What night is that against Washington? I'm going to go to that game.
Saturday, December 20th.
I'll be there. I'll have us covered that night. Don't worry.
For watching college football playoffs?
I really like this Washington team, bro. I've got a phone. I can watch the college football playoff games on my phone. I want to see this Washington team. The Wizards, they're fun. They might not be very good.
Milwaukee and Philadelphia to round out December.
I mean, those Philadelphia probably won't draw much, but Milwaukee should.
Then we at that point that it's after Christmas.
That's right.
Bills are coming in. And don't know if I really want to go after the first of the year.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a long season, Brett. Buckle up.
It is.
Buckle up. But I don't know. I mean, I think this team, and we've talked about it. I mean, you went from, we got reports when they fired Taylor Jenkins to, well, the Stars didn't really vibe with Taylor Jenkins. Now we're getting reports that, well, the guys don't really vibe with Tomas Isla, and even some national reports saying they did vibe with Taylor Jenkins. So, it doesn't seem like there's...
The front office didn't vibe with Taylor Jenkins.
Well, we know that. Yeah, I mean, Zach Kleiman and
that was
Taylor
all that
Jenkins,
mattered.
that's what it came down to. So it does not feel like they have a good foundation of kind of a culture, a system, and, I don't know if... Yeah, I heard some... I think Jamal Crawford, I mean, he made it sound like he was a fan of Tomas Isla last night during that broadcast.
Oh, I'm sure he would love that.
Yeah, he would,
system.
He would love it. The problem is
green light system.
Yeah, I don't think you don't really got many Jamal Crawfords on this team. So
don't have one.
No, you don't. But I don't.
He could help.
Jamal Crawford today could help this Grizzlies team. But no, I mean, it was. And again, we talked about it to start the show. This was a banged-up Spurs team. This wasn't a healthy Spurs team. This was a very injured Spurs team, and it's going to be a long season.
It was a Spurs team of a starting five of Barnes, Champagne, Cornette, Fox, Vassell.
I mean, those are some good players in there. I mean, you got...
Who does it scare?
Well, I mean, as a whole, it does scare many.
You scare easily.
But, Fox is a really good player. Vassell's a really good player. Champagne's a good role player. Who are the other two? Cornette,
and Fox, big time.
Well, who was that?
Barnes.
Barnes is a veteran. He had the big shot late in that game.
Yeah, he sure did.
So I mean, those were
really good post game interview too.
I'd missed it. But those are competent players out there. It's not like they rolled out, a G League team by any means, but. I mean, for the Grizzlies, you were missing a lot of guards, but, I mean, you had Jaren out there. You had Zach Edey out there.
The time to reboot was May 10th.
Yeah.
We've wasted that time.
Yeah. Yeah, but, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe with this, you decide you want to go full. I don't know. I mean, because they were never going to go full then. And so maybe this makes them say we do want to go full. So maybe, if you're a team, full blow it up. Maybe you want this.
Can you imagine the frustration when we get that next Grizz PR update and going to be reevaluated again in 2 weeks?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm worried, because that's the thing is, I think we always forget about that reevaluated. I mean, you never know what that's going to mean. I would say I don't have the numbers, and it's not going to be one of my Brett summertime projects that I'm going to put myself through. But I think if you go back over the last 4 or 5 years and tally up all the times that a player was said it was going to be reevaluated, I would say the higher percentage, more time out when they're reevaluated
again.
Exactly, than hey, he's going to be back or whatever it might be. So
LeBron's back.
LeBron is back. He looked good last night. I saw a double-double last night for him.
Did we have any incident in Orlando with Draymond Green?
I don't think so. Actually, Draymond Green, he had some good things to say about Cedric Howard in his most recent podcast. So
and happy birthday today to Jalen Duren.
Happy birthday.
And he got an early start on the celebration last night with 24 and 8.
And that came after like a 35-point performance.
Yeah. It's just night in, night out.
He's awesome. Jalen Duren has turned into an incredible player. And
See how big I am. I'll start taking the apologies to all those people that kill me over comparing him to Kevin Garnett.
I like the
at the University of Memphis is when I did it.
Yeah. So today's Jalen Duren's birthday. So he is now 22 years old.
22.
That's crazy. And currently averaging 20.5 points per game and 12 rebounds per game.
If he plays,
it's nuts.
11 more years, could make $700 million.
Yeah, no, he's gonna do really well.
Would that be about right?
I would say so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, this guy's awesome. Just this month, he is averaging 24.3 points per game. 13.1 rebounds per game, and 1.4 steals per game. How about that? Man, the guy's awesome. He is
still the box score anomaly of all time. 1 point. Down in Oxford.
1 point in Oxford against Ole Miss. That was a weird game. But hey, he's getting the last laugh, I guess, and doing his thing with Detroit. And I mean, this Detroit team, they are after kind of being the team last year to make that big jump. They're doing it again this year. They're a fun team to watch.
Even better jump.
Yeah, and right now at the top of the Eastern Conference, 13-2 on the season, only 2 losses for this Detroit team right now. They are red.
That's going to be my Eastern team come playoff time.
It should be.
With my Knicks.
Of course. You got to have your Knicks in there. And your Knicks are on ESPN tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. That's the late game. So we'll see what the 4-11 Mavericks can do at home.
Except for the Grizzlies. I detest everybody else in the West.
That's right.
By virtue of running into them.
Well, it makes sense. And you're going to see them a lot this year in the Western Conference. But let's get to another break. And when we return, it'll be time for Big Number of the Day.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the Burr months, and that means even more savings at Family Leisure. Why is this time of the year the best time of the year to shop at Family Leisure? Because Family Leisure has new stuff coming, so they need to make room. Need a cover for your hot tub? How convenient. Family Leisure has them starting at just $249. Need new spa steps or a cover lift? Family Leisure has those as well, starting at just $99. Let's say you don't have a hot tub or you want a new one. Pick yours right now, starting at $24.99. Get your laps in with a swim spa, and prices start at under $15,000. In-stock patio furniture, that's up to 50% off. Plus, if you need special financing, Family Leisure's got you covered. One final thing. Tell the folks at Family Leisure you heard this radio commercial. You get a free gift with a hot tub purchase. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Your Memphis Tigers football team is home for the regular season finale Thursday, November 27th, as they take on the Navy Midshipmen at 6:30. It's a Tiger Thanksgiving feast, and the first 5,000 fans will receive a Memphis football replica jersey apron. Arrive early as we celebrate our seniors one last time at Liberty Stadium. Don't miss the action, the giveaways, and the memories. Visit GoTigersGo.com/tickets for more information or to grab your seats today.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about everything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Merry-go-round in dreams, right someday, it seems.
Big Daddy.
Hello, Big Brown. It's a guy, he wants to be big, then he gets big, he doesn't want to be big anymore, then he gets small, but the suit's too big.
Big Daddy.
The big boy.
What up, big guy? I think she's trying to pull a fast one on Big Daddy.
The big number of the day.
All right, Brett, I think we should switch things
While
up.
you breathe?
You go first, yeah.
You got it. My big number is 16. That's 16 wins in 3 years for Coach Prime. His 3 years at Colorado. He's 16 and 19. And now having to lobby a little bit for him being the man for the job. His boss that hired him, Rick George, is out. Perfect way they do it in the university setting. They move him into an advisory capacity. That Alamo Bowl appearance has been about it for Coach Prime in those 3 years. I don't know how it gets a whole lot better next year, but I guess he's earned that. It's definitely been worth trying. They've made money.
It absolutely has been worth trying, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds.
Remember when he was the name for every job, pro and college?
Yeah, that's right.
Do y'all remember those Halcyon days?
I do remember.
They
those
came
days.
and went.
They did very quickly. But yeah, I don't know what the future is. But yeah, it's made money. I think it's worked. But
there've been worse coaching ideas.
No, there's definitely been worse, much worse than that. All right, my big number today is the number 9. This is an interesting big number. It comes from one of those Champions Classic games from last night. It comes from the Michigan State win over Kentucky. The number is 9. Last night, Jeremy Fears Jr. finished the game with 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 13 assists. He is the first Division I player to lead his team to a 4-0 start while having 9 or more assists in each game since Oklahoma State's Doug Gottlieb in 1999-2000. So first since Doug Gottlieb. Maybe that means in 25 years, Jeremy Fears will be the head coach of a basketball team and having a daily talk show. With that stat,
I like Doug Gottlieb.
I love Doug Gottlieb. His team's better
I like
this year.
him as a player at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
I don't really remember him as a player at Notre Dame where everything occurred that he's haunted by every time his name is mentioned anywhere that I don't think is fair at some point.
I don't think it is either. He's great on the radio. I like listening to him.
It plays out. He's really good on the radio.
He's really good. And I think his team's better this year at Green Bay.
Are they?
I think so. I mean, they're 1-4. The record doesn't look great, but
he better win this year. That might be one of those worst coaching experiments.
Well, yeah, it could end bad, but I mean, he's played a tough non-conference schedule so far. I mean, Kansas, Buffalo's been pretty good this year. St. Thomas, Minnesota.
Buffalo's got a big football game tonight.
They do.
College football in Buffalo.
Yeah, did you watch any of those college football games last night?
Not a play.
I didn't either. I
was a lot of basketball. Grizzlies, college.
There's a lot of listening basketball last night. Yeah, you tuned into the Arkansas game. We talked about that earlier.
Listened to a lot of the Ole Miss game.
And then the Ole Miss game. I watched that whole game against Austin Peay.
I even flipped over to the ACC network for what was on. Watched a little bit of it.
I think North Carolina was the first game, but I don't. Syracuse maybe.
Syracuse and
I don't remember who they played.
And a very new configured Carrier Dome.
Yeah,
not even called the Carrier Dome.
It's not the Carrier Dome anymore. It's like I don't know what it's called. I was about to guess, but it's like 3.
I watched some of
Monmouth.
Yeah.
78, 73. Wow.
and it hit me. I went, why do I have this on with so much other on?
Well, I mean, Brad, I respect it. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for a Syracuse Monmouth matchup, but Syracuse, they got a tough test later or next week. They got Syracuse, they got Houston at home next Monday. So that'll be, and then at Kansas. That must be some sort of event because it's a Monday and Tuesday against Houston and Syracuse. That's some sort of event.
Well, we got a lot of different tip times starting Friday.
Yeah.
And Friday starts feast week for me, and really live sports on TV about every waking moment.
No, it really is. Unfortunately, that's part of the Players era, so that'll be fun. Everybody and their mother playing in the Players era.
A lot of games, big bracket.
And I don't remember who it was, maybe Awful Announcing. Somebody did a story yesterday about kind of the death of Maui and kind of how Player era and some of these other tournaments that are starting to offer. Players Era is really the only one offering money right now, but that one's expanding. I think more trying to start there. Travel's a big thing, but how kind of, and I mean, it's
and Maui after the fire is very different as well.
Absolutely. So but I think if I remember correctly,
how did we get so spoiled in society that going to Hawaii is kind of beneath us?
Well,
we are a spoiled, rotten
we
society.
We are. But Brett,
nobody in sports really wants to go to Hawaii anymore.
Well,
they want to go to the Hawaii Bowl.
No. Well, Brett, everything. I mean, all the budgets nowadays, Brett. I mean, everybody's hurting for cash.
Also, this year, because of water conditions in Maui, the PGA Tour will not start the first event, the Century Tournament of Champions. They will have that, but it's not going to be in Maui. Where have they decided to have that? Somewhere else.
Is that right?
It's not going to be at Kapalua.
Huh. For what reason?
The water constraints.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. Wow. That's
due to drought and
wow.
Maui fires and everything.
Holy cow. That's crazy. Yeah. The unfortunate thing about it this week, at least, next week, everything is, I mean, there's so many tournaments and so many games being played. Who cares? But Thursday, what's today? Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, there's an 11:30 a.m. tip-off. There's a 1:30 tip-off. And then we've got Memphis and Purdue at 5 o'clock. You're not going to watch the 11:30 or the 1:30 game because both of those games are on Baller TV.
Not familiar with it.
No, you shouldn't be. You got to have like a $30 subscription to watch Baller TV.
I'll pass. I give enough to direct.
I mean, subscriptions nowadays are insane. If you're gonna give money to Baller TV, I'll pray for you because that is.
Is that just streaming?
Just streaming. They've got an app.
A double pass.
Yeah, but it's really weird where we're at nowadays with these streaming channels, and especially with college basketball. It could be at some weird places. Well, we need to get to a break. Before we do that, let me remind you, it's perfect time to head down to Frontier Western Store. Family owned and operated since 1967, Frontier Western is your one-stop shop for the biggest brands in Western wear. The one-stop shop for Carhartt in the Mid-South, but they've also got you covered with plenty of other brands when it comes to shirts, shorts, jeans, outerwear, whatever you're looking for, they've got it. But if you need a new pair of jeans, Frontier Western is the place you have to get to. They've got all the brands from Ariat all the way down to Wrangler, and you'll love how easy it is to find the perfect size and style for you. While you're there, check out Frontier's world-famous boot showroom. Whether it's work boots or dress boots, Frontier has you covered for the entire family with plenty of in-stock proven classics like Ariat, Dan Post, and Durango, and that's just to name a few. Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know you'll be getting the best deals. Head down to 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch and check out the entire selection. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. for Frontier Western Store. Well, let's get to another break, wrap up this second hour, and when we return, we're talking college basketball. Kevin Sweeney from Sports Illustrated, he joins us next.
Somewhere you can tell me. He walks on, doesn't look back.
Take your basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant, objective feedback with hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 Cordova, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-size courts, 3 high school-size courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. Memberships are now on a monthly basis. And yes,
Yes, you can become a member at both locations. Whether you're an aspiring young talent, NBA player, or looking for a unique workout, all skill levels are welcome at Shoot 360 Memphis to learn proper shooting and passing techniques, improve fundamentals, and gain a competitive edge while having fun. Shoot 360 Memphis, now in Cordova and Collierville. Call them today at 901-779-3176. That's 901-779-3176. The future of basketball training is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Protect your home and auto by bundling them with Progressive, and you'll have a little less to worry about. But we know you'll find other things to worry about. Like that text you just got from your boss. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Oh, hey, call me when you get a sec. Yeah, this is bad. Oh, well, at least you protected your home and auto with Progressive, so you don't have to worry about that. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With over 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
This traffic report is brought to you by Millington Weight Loss. For more information, call 901-436-0272.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. More volume in the last few minutes trying to get south of Memphis 55. Busy, but movement down into South Haven as traffic picks up already. 240 getting on to 385. Millmore's Parkway as that traffic starts to push out towards the Collierville area just in the last few minutes. Hey, give the gift of clean this holiday season. Save 40% on Zips Car Wash, gift cards, and wash books. Hey, check them out online right now at zipscarwash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, with Dave Woloshin, weekday mornings from 10 to 11. Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
We're back in Sports Time. Brian and Brett with you as we start our third and final hour. And joining us now to talk some college basketball, Kevin Sweeney from Sports Illustrated. Go give him a follow on social media at CBB_Central. Kevin, a lot to get to. I know you were at those 2 great games last night for the Champions Classic. I want to talk a lot about that. But before we get into those games, the Tigers, they dropped a game at home against their former head coach, Josh Pastner, and UNLV, a UNLV team that entered FedEx Forum 1-2 on the season with losses against UT Martin and Montana. What did you make of that loss for the Tigers and kind of what it means for the rest of this non-conference slate?
Yeah, obviously a pretty significant setback. I will say that this UNLV team, despite the early results, is very talented. Like, this is a group with multiple high major down transfers, guys that could have stayed at the high major level potentially. They've really come up to speed slowly in the fall because of injuries, and seemed like Memphis caught them on a good night or a bad night, depending on your framing of things. But obviously not an acceptable performance. The front court looks as bad as we might have feared.
Yep.
Doug McDaniel struggled, and quite frankly, Memphis is not going to be very good if Doug McDaniel plays the way that he did in that game. So, just a really, really poor result all the way around for the Tigers, and you just have to dust yourself off and go play the Boilermakers here tomorrow night.
Kevin, what do you want to see out of the Tigers in these games in the Bahamas? I know winning's always the goal for everyone, but I think that's a little aspirational right now, especially tomorrow night against Purdue, maybe in the consolation game. But what do you want to see?
I mean, look, I think right now there's a lot of Penny looking down the bench and being like, who can I put in the game? And just cycling bodies. Like, all right, can I get 5 guys together that work? And, I'd like to find some lineups that I feel confident in. And I think at the same time, I'd like to give some lineups some opportunities to play through bumps. Like, the one thing that you can do, it sounds crazy, but like if Purdue's beating the brakes off you, like, the one thing you can do is like just play through mistakes and let guys play free. And I think that's one of the big challenges, especially with a lot of these new look rosters. And this isn't unique to Memphis. Is coaches just they're trying to figure out how to substitute early on, and they put guys in the game and they pull them because they make a mistake, and that blows up the player's confidence. And then they go back in the game and they're so worried about making a mistake they make another mistake, right? Like that's the challenge you run into. And I think for Memphis, sooner rather than later, they have to find the guys they want to rock with and the guys that are deep on the bench.
Mm-hmm. And you look at this Purdue team, and I mean, they are really, really good. I mean, in the age of all the transfer portal and new rosters, I think they brought back, their top 5 leading scorers from last year. They added some nice pieces around those guys. They've got a preseason unanimous All-American. Trey Kaufman-Renz also coming back the last 2 games. He's looked really good. I mean, a reason why they were the preseason number 1 and now back to number 1 in the AP poll.
Yeah, no question. They're a phenomenal basketball team. I think some reasonable questions about their ceiling in the NCAA tournament, just because, I think at times it just feels really hard for them offensively. Like, they have to take and make a lot of tough shots, which is funny to say as a team that will probably end up being one of the 2 or 3 best offenses statistically in the country. But, there's a lot of Trey Kaufman-Renz kind of 14-footers and Braden Smith pull-ups in that world. And, that's maybe not the most trustworthy style of play, but it works for them because of their personnel and because, these guys are so connected and so together. And, everything that Memphis is not at the moment in terms of, role understanding and allocation, Purdue has that in droves because these guys have been together forever.
Yeah, that's a great point. I bet you were in the room last night when Mark Pope made his comments about his Kentucky team, and Bryant and I were talking about this way back at the start of the show. It sounded hauntingly like a lot of the comments Penny's making about the Tigers.
Yeah, it is a 5-alarm fire there, and I think part of it is just the expectation, and part of that is I think the money and how public. I think as soon as that $22 million number got floated, and I personally am of the belief that their final tally was a little bit lower, but we don't need to nickel and dime it, right? Yeah. Like they spent a whole heck of a lot, and once that number's out there, it's just like they're wearing this incredible expectation, and quite frankly, this is not a team built to wear that expectation right now, especially with their injury. I personally think their talent is underwhelming for $22 million. I'd like to think I could have done better, but it's certainly not $22 million worth when you don't have Jalen Lowe and you don't have Jaden Quinn. Those are your probably 2 best players, or 2 of your 3 at least. So, I think it's concerning, obviously, that they just seem so disconnected. I don't hope you use the word discombobulated. I thought maybe the most interesting comment was actually from Otega Owe, who said that, we know what our identity is as a team, but we're not playing with that identity. I said, well, that's not your identity then. That's what you think you're supposed to be. This team is supposed to be tough. It's not yet. And until they become tough, they're not going to win a lot of high-level basketball games.
Kevin, I do sincerely believe what you just said, that you think you could put together a better team for that money. And with that, and if I'm getting too far into your own personal business, please tell me, butt out. I think you would make somebody in a program a great general manager. Memphis badly needs one. They don't really have one. Has anybody in college basketball approached you maybe about your interest in something like that? Because I think of my friend Barton Simmons in Nashville. I bet you know Barton from the college football recruiting world. He is integral. It's vital, his contribution to Clark Lee and Vanderbilt football success. And y'all's backgrounds are not dissimilar.
Yeah, I do appreciate those comments. I have talked to a couple of programs about it, nothing beyond sort of an exploratory conversation. I do think it's something that would be fascinating to look at into the future. But I do think more than anything, what's been amazing about what I get to do is I get to kind of field the questions, concerns, and what is everybody else doing from all the GMs across the country. So whether it's something that I end up doing in some future phase of life or not, like I'd like to think I have a really good pulse of the market, the good, the bad, the challenges, because I'm spending the day on the phone with guys who work across the country at every level and are dealing with some of these challenges. So I think there's so much to learn, and there's so much that's changing week to week, month to month, year to year, and I think being nimble in how you build rosters and how you recruit is probably the biggest, most important thing. And, I think that's something that, it's funny, Penny was very much on the forefront of recruiting the portal and being, turning over a roster year to year, finding ways to piece it together. I do think maybe some of the tactics and roster building strategies, he's still catching up on. It'll be interesting to see how he evolves, especially if this year turns into a bit of a bust.
Right now, do you think the market the players is overpaid? It's a player's market? Because I feel like that in college football, the 800,000 defensive back, you could have gotten the same for 400.
I think it's a player's market, not just because of the dollar figure at the end of the day, but I think it's a player's market because programs really have no leverage, right? Like there's no contract in place, there's no multi-year deal, you have no right to move. Like you don't have any control. There is always basically, if you're a player, you can always count on some other idiot upping the price, right? Like even if your school isn't willing to do it, somebody else might, and that's what's really challenging. I think more than anything is that there's no way of holding a player accountable unless their expectations are so far removed from reality. If they're anywhere in the ballpark, somebody else might jump in and pay, and even if they aren't, maybe someone will.
Going back to that game last night between Kentucky and Michigan State, defensively for Kentucky, they just looked out of sorts all over the place. Now, for Michigan State, they had an unbelievable shooting night, especially for them. They've really struggled, especially knocking down threes. But what did you see on the defensive end? Now against two power conference opponents for Kentucky, they give up 96 against Louisville, 83 last night against Michigan State. The Spartans shot over 50% from three. What are you seeing defensively with this Kentucky team?
I think the thing that's concerning is they recruited a little bit more defensively minded this spring, right? They wanted to be bigger. They wanted to be more athletic because last year they were super skilled. They just weren't physical and tough. And so theoretically, the guys that are playing right now should be good defensively. Like if you recruited Mo Diabate from Alabama, it was because of defense, because he's 6'6" and doesn't shoot threes, right? So like the fact that he's playing big minutes and your defense stinks, and Denzel Aberdeen, who is theoretically one of Florida's best perimeter defenders, and your defense stinks, like those guys are out there to defend. If you're going to sacrifice, Mark Pope sacrificed probably guys that he would have traditionally recruited, skill and shooting, to have guys like this. If I would have sacrificed, I would have wanted it to be for potential NBA players and try to mold my system around that, not like the guy who was the 6th best player at Alabama and the guy who was the 7th best player at Florida. But I also I understood the vision, but the vision has to involve being a lot better defensively because you knew they were going to take some steps back on the offense.
Those four coaches last night at the Garden, I asked Bryant this yesterday, who wins one again or wins one next? Shira, his first, Pope, his first, Izzo, his second, Bill Self, his 17th or so.
I think Shire's probably the safe bet.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure that Michigan State will ever have a team with the talent. Like last year, they were awesome, right? And they, in a different year without the strength at the top, maybe they push for a championship. But like that team was not overwhelmingly talented, and I'm not sure that just the way that he's building his programs are ever going to be that way. Maybe they'll just, the continuity will them ahead. But I just think the Duke talent edge seems guaranteed to be there. Shire's proven he can build an elite team. I think that's the safe choice.
Kevin, you put out a mock draft earlier today over on Sports Illustrated. Your number one player did not play last night in the game against Duke for Kansas, Darren Peterson. We definitely want to get to that game in a second, but why Darren Peterson number one for you?
I think, to me, he's just a little bit more polished and has a little bit more upside as a playmaker than AJ DeBonta or Cam Boozer. I do think that there will be somewhat of an eye of the beholder situation with those guys, and maybe it'll come down to fit, which is crazy with number one picks. It's almost always best player available. I still think more likely than not it'll be best player, but especially with some of these trades that have moved teams around, like the potential that the Thunder could win the lottery, right? Like the Thunder are obviously going to draft in a different way than, the Wizards.
Or Memphis.
Certainly, right? So I like Darren. I think Darren's ceiling is probably the highest, or his ceiling's higher than Cam's, and it's close to what AJ's is, but his floor is a lot higher than AJ's. I think there's a little bit, if there's any bust potential in those three, I think it's with AJ.
We have been warning all week when we had you on, we would ask you a football question, and it's pertinent in this area. A lot of indications are that Arkansas is in negotiation with Pat Fitzgerald for his return. I know you were in school when he was coach at Northwestern. I think you covered a lot of his fall at Northwestern for the Daily Northwestern. Is that right, first of all?
Yeah, I was around. I had just graduated when the scandal came out, but I was there for two Big Ten championships or Big Ten West championships, and covered his teams a ton. Yes,
and he has been fully cleared of everything that was alleged, right?
Yeah, Northwestern admitted that he had no knowledge of the hazing that was going on in the program.
What do you think of Pat Fitzgerald back in the SEC or in the SEC?
I mean, it would be disorienting for me personally just to see him on a different sideline. I do think he's an amazing manager of a program. Like he's a great CEO. He understands how to build out a culture. He did an amazing job in high school recruiting and talent evaluation, including in like some places that you wouldn't expect from Northwestern. Like they got great players out of Texas. That was always very impressive to me. There were 3-star guys that he turned into high-level players. I do think that the NIL and the portal would be a new world for him. But he's talked a lot about some of the relationships he's built while out of the game and working with people to potentially help there. And he has the backing of Excel Sports, massive agency who I'm sure can help him get a GM. But I think if Arkansas or anyone else hires him, he's got to get a high-level GM and a high-level offensive coordinator, because that was the one area his Northwestern team struggled. They just were never good enough offensively. But that was a talent thing, I think, as much as anything. So
you wouldn't take a football GM job, would you?
Hey, I love college football. I don't think the team that hires me would do very well.
Kevin, let's get to that second game last night. Duke with a 78-66 win over Kansas. We already said Darren Peterson was not out there for this Kansas team. Cam Boozer on the other side for Duke. He led the team with 18 points. I feel like I've heard at least one person say after all 5 of Duke's games, well, this wasn't Cam Boozer's A game. He wasn't great out there, but you look at his box score and he really filled it up. What did you see last night from Cam Boozer and this Duke team?
Yeah, look, I think the one hole you can poke in Cam right now, particularly in the 2 high-level games they played, Texas and Kansas, is that he struggled to finish around the rim of dealing with length. And part of that is because he doesn't have elite measurables, and he's not an elite athlete. So when he's catching it around the rim, he's not finishing above the rim. He's going to have to finish through lane, and navigating that, I think, has been a challenge for him. That's something that NBA teams will really watch because that impacts his potential stardom in a massive way. Yeah. But it also illustrates his appeal, right? Because you can look up and say, man, Kim was just good today. He wasn't great. And the way he impacts the game is so immense because he can pass, he rebounds, he's a threat in the perimeter. He's really expanded his game in that regard, I think, a lot more than people realize. And that's going to be important, especially if the rim finishing concerns continue.
A couple big games tonight. One of them, Arizona and UConn up in Stores. What do you expect in this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I give Arizona credit. They want to shoot out against Florida, then turn around and win a slugfest against UCLA. I think it'll be more the former than the latter tonight. I think it'll be high scoring. I do think UConn without Terrace Reed is a lot more vulnerable, especially on the interior, and that's a scary thought against Arizona, who is huge up front. But, cross-country trip, and UConn was very impressive to me against BYU until the final maybe 10 minutes of the game. So I like UConn there.
Kevin, starting really Friday, but good games tonight, good games tomorrow, but there are games Friday afternoon, early in the day. This starts, for me, my favorite portion of the college basketball season other than in March. This is a lot of fun. There's games just practically on TV. What's your schedule look like this year? Where will you go, and how many will you attend?
Yeah, so I've got. First I'll go to the United Center tonight for the Illinois-Alabama game.
That's real good.
And the weekend,
it's a good start.
Yeah, it should be fun. Very high scoring. I think the total is 182. So that's ridiculous. And then this weekend I'll fly to Vegas for the Players Era Festival. Be out there until Thanksgiving morning, and then fly back Thanksgiving morning to Chicago because we get Duke versus Arkansas on CBS primetime in Chicago, which should be a whole lot of fun.
And Arkansas had two narrow escapes last Friday night against Samford. Is that right?
Sounds right.
And last night against Winthrop.
Yeah, they're finding their stride, and perfect Cal fashion. He's talking about making them throw 5 passes before they shoot the ball. He's coaching high school kids.
Yeah,
the bumps are there, but they're talented. And Duke was not overly compelling last night against Kansas. They could have easily lost that game and probably would have if Darren Peterson had played.
Yeah, beat Samford 4 last Friday night at Bud Walton Arena, and last night escaped with a 1-point win after Winthrop made 15 threes. Do you have room for us next Wednesday, or we don't want to hold you up from anything?
I'd like to think I can make it work, but we'll chat.
We'll work it out. Kevin, last thing for you. You mentioned that total tonight, 182. That's almost up there with these IU Indy totals that we're seeing out there with the system. Are you in on the system?
I'm a little skeptical. I'll say that. I think if it works, it'll work at the low major level, like the Horizon League. I don't know that it's a high major thing. But, yeah, it's cool stuff, and it's obviously worked incredible wonders at the Division II level. I'm glad to see some variety in college hoops.
Absolutely. It's that Grinnell system. It does wonders at those lower levels, and we'll see if the system can do that as well. Kevin, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy these games. Enjoy that one tonight. That'll be a lot of fun. And hopefully we can catch up with you again next Wednesday.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, Kevin.
Be safe. Kevin Sweeney with us talking college basketball from Sports Illustrated and College Basketball Central. Now, help me on this system.
The system. Okay, so are you familiar with the Grinnell system?
Yes.
The exact same thing. But this IU Indy coach, I forget his name, forgive me, he tweaked it a little bit, I guess you could say. There's not a ton of tweaks to it, but he tweaked it a little bit. It's basically Grinnell. If you know Grinnell, that's what they're running. No, I don't think so.
Because you have to play some defense.
And that's the thing. I mean, I'll be honest, and it's
they play Friday afternoon against Alabama State.
Yeah, I'm ashamed to say it. I've watched every IU Indy game this season. I've bet on all the overs on every single game this season. I think they've covered all but one. I mean, you break that press, and I mean, you've got the advantage, and you find a way to
at the rim.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing because what they're banking on, for those who aren't familiar with Grinnell, it's the full court press after a make, and then you're just hoping that you either get a turnover or they make a mistake at some point. And if they don't make a mistake, it's an easy bucket.
So it's poor man's Nolan's 40-minute hell,
basically.
But this is more offense than defense.
To an extent, I'm trying to think of the system offensively. You know, obviously with Grinnell, it's all about, you know, you've got basically two guys on the court that their entire job is to screen and set picks, and then you've got basically three shooters out there that are going to drill threes. I don't think the system is as three-point shooter heavy and screen heavy as that. They kind of run a lot of their offense through the big men when they actually kind of get into a half-court set. So it is a little different, but yeah, you're playing 40 minutes of all-out press and nonstop action.
This time tomorrow, it'll be Tigers and Purdue.
Yeah, no, we'll be getting close to halftime in this
sure
one.
Will be.
And, man, that's a good Purdue team. You know, I think we're kind of monitoring the lines. We'll make a pick tomorrow, probably early in the show, but we're monitoring the lines. I think 14.5 is out there right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, Brett, I'll tell you this right now. At 5:24 on Wednesday afternoon, if the Tigers cover 14.5 against Purdue, it's a win.
It is.
It is absolutely
it would
a win.
Be.
That Purdue team is really good.
Here's one on Friday afternoon. I mean, a lot of college basketball over the next 10 days.
Yeah, it is.
Here's one Friday afternoon for us to watch and just see how it shakes out. In the Shriners Children's Charleston Classic Low Country bracket.
Okay.
Tulane 3-1 had a really ugly loss.
Yeah.
Playing Utah State, now 4-0.
Wow.
Utah State sits out there in February.
How about that? Utah State getting the American Conference non-conference slate.
They are.
Who did Tulane? I'm blanking on
it
who
was
Tulane
really bad.
lost to. New Orleans. They lost to New Orleans, which Memphis will see.
By 22.
Yeah, no, New Orleans has surprised some people this year so far. So that might not be an easy one for the Tigers. I guess next week that game is.
By 22 at Devlin Fieldhouse.
Ooh, that's not good at all. So, we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow looks like, and we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that Utah State and Tulane game.
Box score said 2009 there.
Ooh, yeah.
Very reluctant to believe
I'll
that.
take the under on that one, Brett. I will absolutely take the under. But before we get to a break, let me remind you about our 5 o'clock sponsor. It's Bluff City Jaguar. They've been the premier Jaguar dealership for the greater Memphis area since 1984, and their talented team is ready to help you find your next perfect vehicle at unbeatable rates. Swing by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City today and check out the 2025 models like the 2025 Range Rover Sport, the 2025 Range Rover Velar, and the 2025 Defender. Test drive the Range Rover Sport where luxury meets performance. It's a perfect mix of style, performance, and versatility with options ranging from 360 horsepower up to 635. It's also available as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle with $7,500 federal tax credit when leased with approved credit. Take a look at the Range Rover Velar, powered by mild hybrid technology and enhanced with the latest well-being features and fully connected entertainment system. The Range Rover Velar is the ultimate luxury compact crossover. Purchase yours today and get a special 4.4% for 72 months financing available with approved credit. Don't forget about the Defender, available in multiple models to fit your needs. The Defender's built for the modern explorer, and Jaguar Bluff City is offering special interest rates for 60 and 72 months on various models. Give them a call, 877-259-6169. Go online to JaguarBluffCity.com. Head out there, test drive these vehicles. 6335 Wheel Cove, just off of Quince, for Bluff City Jaguar. Well, let's get to another break, and when we return, we'll talk about what's trending.
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Memphis is a love song to soul and style. With the full suite of sought-after designers, brilliant natural diamonds, an elegant bar, luxury VIP lounge, and more, a trip to our store is an experience like no other. Just like the city we love. Stop by any of our stores or visit sissyslogcabin.com and experience Sissy's for yourself. Memphis is our home, and we're your jeweler.
Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Hey everybody, it's time to gobble up the savings. All-Star Chevy right here in Olive Branch is thankful for all of our customers. Red tags for 0 inches financing are now on every new Silverado and Equinox. And look, your good credit deserves it. All new Chevy Colorados and Equinoxes in stock are now just $100 over invoice. So it's time to gobble up the savings and be in what you really want to drive this Thanksgiving. If you're law enforcement, military, first responder, you get a extra $500 bonus. And Olive Branch is where all the new Chevys are. And it's the only place you can find all the barely driven certified pre-owned Chevys you want. Every pre-owned you could ever want. It's right here in Olive Branch. And if you got any vehicle you want to sell, bring it here to All-Star Chevy and get the most money for it today. So don't miss the Gobble Up the Savings sale going on right now in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis has serious vans for serious work. At 4430 American Way, they are the Mid-South source for cargo, passenger, crew vans, and custom chassis. Need one or a full fleet? New or used, they've got it with fleet solutions and custom upfits. Certified techs keep you moving with fast maintenance, repairs, and a large parts inventory. Mercedes-Benz Van Center is your Sprinter Van headquarters, 901-237-9302 or sprintervans.com. Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis, part of the Tag Truck Center family, driven to keep you on the road.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Looking for the best prices on shirts, jeans, boots, and more? Frontier Western Store has you covered. At Frontier, you'll always find amazing deals on everything in the store. Unlike online and chain stores that run occasional sales, Frontier keeps prices low every single day, so you get the best deal whenever you shop. Be ready for winter with a full line of outerwear by Ariat and Carhartt. Beanies and coats galore, and then there's Frontier's world-famous boot showroom. Come shop new styles by Ariat, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, Frontier is the place. See thousands of boots by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and many more with daily arrivals. And Frontier makes Christmas shopping easy because everyone loves to see a new pair of boots under the tree. For the lowest prices every day, visit Frontier Western Store at 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch and at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Ready to shine, Memphis? Save big on Club Car Wash's Best Wash this Tuesday for just $12. Stop by any 4 club locations in Greater Memphis or visit clubcarwash.com to learn more.
Car Wash, join the club.
Sports 56 traffic.
Well, good evening. Traffic's on the increase even more. 240 getting on to 385 as that cranks up pretty good on out towards Collierville. Steady flowing. Traffic over here at 40 East passing Germantown Parkway, pushing on out into Fayette County. A little bit busy coming off 540 there on the Austin Peay Highway going outbound. Hey, give the gift of clean this holiday season. Save 40% off Zips Car Wash. Gift cards and wash books. Check them out online for more information. ZipsCarWash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
All right, Brett, got a game for you. Good news, bad news.
Okay.
Which one do you want first?
Always the bad news. I want to get it out of the way. Always.
Okay.
Always take it first.
Grizzlies PR status report for tomorrow night. Out. Javon Small. Out. Scottie Pippen Jr. Out. Ja Morant. Out. Ty Jerome. Out. Brandon Clark. We knew all this.
Okay.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Doubtful for tomorrow night.
What's the good news?
Major League Baseball. Somewhat staying with ESPN.
Somewhat. You said it's really a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, they rolled out a big PR thing today. I was intrigued, and then I think Jeff Passan quote tweeted and was like, Major League Baseball staying with ESPN.
I saw that story.
I love Jeff Passan, so I was excited. And I clicked on it, And basically all it was you're going to get a few Major League Baseball games during the regular season on ESPN, on actual
we are
baseball television.
Good.
I think you're going to get
I thought it was at playoff time.
Well, when I say a few, I think you're getting the Little League Classic game and a couple other. I think there's
I'm
2 or 3
wild about that game, but okay,
days that you're getting
everybody
that you're getting a game. Then all the rest of it was digital. So MajorLeagueBaseball.tv is moving to ESPN. So if you have that subscription, it's going to go over to ESPN. But I believe it's going to live on both this upcoming season.
Key part there. I do not have that.
You don't have that now. I do. So that was big for me. That was important for me.
If you have your laptop up in here, I can preload off yours.
We can watch a game in here. They're going to do something for ESPN Unlimited members called Game of the Day.
What does that cost?
Well, now, I mean, all these services are getting it for free. Basically, I mean, YouTube TV. I'm pretty sure that was part of their deal with ESPN.
You got to pay YouTube TV something, don't you?
I mean, they're going to raise the price eventually, but it's all locked in with your subscription to YouTube TV.
What's the tariff on that right now? What's the rate
for YouTube TV? I haven't looked at my thing in a while. I just bank on that. It's going to take every month. It's about $80 a month.
Okay.
So if they go up
to 100,
they'll probably go up 100. But I mean, I think
that's
if you
half a direct,
I mean, I think my parents with their DirecTV stream, ESPN Unlimited comes with it. But I think if you're just wanting to get an ESPN Unlimited subscription, it's like $35 for a month.
I see me fully going back to just listening to the radio.
I could see it.
I think I'd be fine by it.
I could see it, Brett. I'm not going to put it past you.
And back to just 3, 5, 10, and 13.
Well, you might get there as well, because with everything going to streaming, it feels like
between radio 3, 5, 10, and 13. I know I could be content.
But I have seen a lot of people upset with ESPN Unlimited because I think there have been a couple of pay-per-view things on ESPN Unlimited, and people bought ESPN Unlimited, and now if you have some sort of network, you pretty much you got it associated with it, and so people are mad that they were paying for it.
But in the new baseball deal, we will get Sunday Night Baseball on NBC.
That's right.
Well, NBC has gotten Sunday night for programming.
No, they have
football. Roll right into basketball, NBA.
Yeah, no, they've got NFL, they've got the NBA, they're getting Major League Baseball. We'll have the Olympics here in a couple months. I mean, they really are. They're
Winter Olympics.
In.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Are we ready for the Winter Olympics?
I'm
are we going to go through those sports that we've ever participated in Winter Olympics?
Here's the thing, Brett. With the
it'll be
summer
a lot less than summer.
That's the thing with the Summer Olympics.
You never enjoyed the Olympic experience with us, have you?
No, I have not.
That's outside your rookie status window, isn't it?
It's right inside.
Yeah,
I guess that was right before you started with us. Was the last Olympics?
We had doused the Olympic flame.
That's right. Yeah. But the thing, like you said,
bring the dove back.
With Summer Olympics, a lot more sports Summer Olympic sports that I've done.
Walking.
Winter. Yeah, that's true.
I walked this morning.
Yeah,
I walked as y'all did from your car to the building.
I did do that.
I left your gold medal in my car.
Thank you.
Yeah. But winter
basketball. We played basketball.
Yeah.
Swim.
The swim. Yeah. Remember, I was on the swim team in middle school. Not to brag or anything. I was on the swim team.
Diving. I mean, I did cannonballs.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't dive, but I
can dive.
Can you? You should have been on the swimming team. That was my coach would get mad at me all the time.
I
beat
a guy on the swim team in a swim race once.
What did that make him
go to? I was about to say, maybe he shouldn't be on the swim team.
What more did he go to?
I don't know. I think he's still swimming in college.
All right, good for him then. But yeah, Winter Olympics, I'll watch it. It's cool.
Too cold for me.
Doesn't do it for me like the Summer Olympics do.
A lot could go wrong.
I love the hockey part of it.
I've never been snow skiing. Probably will never go. Mm-hmm. I do want to go to one of those places and ride the gondola and see everything.
Sure, but you're not going down the mountain.
No. Way too much can go wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if I will ever do that type of thing either.
No, I don't
know if I want to go up there. I'm terrified of heights. I don't know if I do.
Oh, I do. I want to see that scene, but I don't know that I got the right footwear because I don't have boots.
Yeah, no, you don't have the right footwear.
I don't think penny loafers are going to work
I don't think
Aspen.
So.
Do you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, I am excited about the Winter Olympics, and so yeah, that'll be on NBC. They're also bringing back NBC Sports, that channel that they scrapped a couple years ago. They're bringing it back.
Yeah, it wasn't much to it.
No, but I don't know what they're going to put on it now. But I guess something. They'll have Winter Olympics over there if it's up by then.
That was really a lot of what it was used for.
That's right.
like dressage and stuff.
Yeah, that kind of second channel.
Summer Olympics.
Yeah, some NBC they're really doing
Winter Olympics, February.
Yeah, I don't know when in February. It is in Italy. Yeah, so it will be a couple months, and we'll be talking Winter Olympics.
Now I ask you if I should read this or not.
Okay, please. And I forgot about this.
One of my favorite NFL sites, and it's a guy, and I do not know him. We DM though because I just love his stuff. It's Kevin Gallagher on Twitter at KevG KEVG 163. Bio NFL story and videos or telecasts, broadcasts, and productions of NFL films. I don't claim ownership. Intended for historical and educational purposes only. It is the best NFL follow I have. A lot of good old stuff, a lot of good new stuff, a lot of stuff. Well, in his bio, he has a picture of Pete Rozelle. And he, like a lot of people, there's a couple of dedicated sites to what today is the 19th of November. And it's a couple sites out there on Twitter. He just passed away. But one was the Secret Service agent, Clint Hill, that famously helped push Jackie Kennedy back into the limo at Dealey Plaza November 22, 1963. Clint Hill used to mark down leading up to the date of kind of what he was doing on those dates. Another one is a historian named Gerald Posner, Posner, I don't know the correct pronunciation. And Kevin Gallagher tweeted this. November 17th has a great picture of JFK. I think with Ronald Reagan, the two best photographed presidents ever. I mean, they just look like that's what the job should look like.
Yeah.
And it shows President Kennedy leaving Palm Beach, his retreat, and he tweets, November 17th, 1963, President John F. Kennedy enjoys his final full day at his Palm Beach retreat in Florida watching the Bears-Packers game on television. He places a wager on the Bears who would prevail 26-7. Kennedy would return then to Washington before embarking on his ultimately tragic Texas tour. I know gambling on sports was not legal in the state of Florida in 1963.
Yeah.
Did President Kennedy have a guy?
Brett, he might have.
Wasn't he FanDuel?
No, certainly was not.
It doesn't say, he made a friendly wager with his Secret Service agent or with his, valet at the Palm Beach estate. It said he places a wager on the Bears who would prevail 26-7.
I love that. That's great.
I can just imagine him, White House switchboard, and his secretary, oddly enough, coincidentally, her last name was Lincoln.
Okay, interesting.
Evelyn Lincoln, get my book in Boston, in South Boston on the line.
Get Paulie on the phone.
Paulie Brass Knucks in South Boston.
Yeah.
Did he have a guy?
Hey, Paulie, it's Prez here. I got
What president was president? Was he 35 in order? Hey, 35 here. 100. What was $100?
Yeah. Oh man, that's
Jack Kennedy.
Yeah. Pennies. That's hilarious.
$100 on the Bears today.
I love that. It's a great visual. I don't know if it is.
And I don't mean to be snarky about this. Who collected?
Well, that's a great question. That is a great question. I don't know. I have a lot more questions now.
I do too.
Now you could say,
not one thing wrong with it.
A lot of questions around John F. Kennedy's
There are
life.
bigger questions around those days that followed
conspiracies and all of those things. But then just add this to more questions. Brett, I didn't know we were going to have more bad news to talk about before then. Other than the president gambling.
Is this a good news, bad news option or just bad news?
This is just bad news. And I texted David Cobb just to make sure, because I told him I'm reading this on air. Like I'm looking at this while we're on air, so I want to double check. David Cobb, 5 hours ago, and I'm just now seeing it, he tweeted out the CBS Sports bracketology. His name is on it. So I don't want to say that he put this together, but his name is on it.
I know where you're going. No Tigers.
No Tigers in the bracketology of CBS Sports.
Brian, I promise you, my notes, I'm keeping a close eye tonight on Brian Hodgson and USF in Stillwater against Oklahoma State.
That's right.
That's David's American team.
Yeah, I texted him. I said, "Am I reading this right?" No, Memphis.
He was there in the summertime.
He was. He had them to win the American. So yeah, he said only one team out of the American. He has it as South Florida. He has them as a 12 seed right now. So,
big one tonight for Hodgson on the road at Stillwater. Oklahoma State's undefeated.
And I haven't watched USF this season. So
3-1.
I'll have to watch him. Yeah,
am I right?
I think that is right. So yeah, I'll have to watch him tonight and see what Brian Hodgson and them boys look like.
It's time to gobble up the savings, and you can do it at All-Star Chevrolet right there in Olive Branch. And they are thankful for all the great customers that they have and have relationships with, and through us and all their advertising and all their friendships. Red tags for 0 interest financing are now on every new Silverado and Equinox, and your good credit deserves it, and you'll get it at All-Star. All new Chevy Colorados and Equinoxes in stock are now just $100 over invoice. It's time to gobble up the savings and be in what you really want to drive this Thanksgiving and all through the holidays and into 2026. If you're in law enforcement, first responder, military, an instant $500 bonus back. Olive Branch, it's where all the new Chevys are. It's where all the barely driven certified pre-owned Chevys are. Every pre-owned you can imagine right there at All-Star. If you got any vehicle you want to sell, bring it to All-Star first thing in the morning, and you'll get the most money back for it instantly. Don't miss the Gobble Up the Savings sale going on now in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet. Together, let's head down Highway 78, and for more information, you can always go to allstarautogroup.com.
Well, let's get to our final break of the day. When we return, we'll wrap up today's show with Moe's Crunch Time.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Air. We breathe it naturally. Simple, right? Not so fast. The air you breathe could be hazardous to your health. Don't guess. Be sure with a phone call to the Memphis Mold Inspector, the only licensed mold assessor in the Mid-South. Call the Memphis Mold Inspector to check the air quality inside your home and office. Protect babies, pets, new homes, old homes, employees, friends, loved ones, and you. Just call 901-292-7788 for clean air and peace of mind. 901-292-7788 for the Memphis Mold Inspector.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event on now at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 2025 Kia K4 LXS. We Gossett $145 a month, $39.95 due at signing. How about 2025 Kia Sorento LX? We Gossett $172 a month, $49.95 due at signing. And 2026 Kia K5 LXS. We Gossett $192 a month, $39.95 due at signing, all 24-month lease. Plus, they're all equipped with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You just ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today. Hurry to Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike or online anytime at KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 20,000 per year, 25 cents excess mileage, 650 acquisition fee, K4 SC 182 921, MSRP 24,850. Sorrento SG 405 858, MSRP 34,275. K5 TS 421 572, MSRP 29,540. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 must finance through KFA. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2025.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Since 1948, in the alley, the Rendezvous. I'm with John Burgos. John, what's going on in the Rendezvous?
Brett, after 76 years, we've decided to expand our product line. Anyone who's tasted our ribs is familiar with our vinegar-based. It's now available in a 32-ounce jar. It's so good to base or marinate all meats. I even put a little bit on turnip greens. Something we've been using at the restaurant or at our house has been the Greek seasoning. My father was a cook, but my mother was a chef, and she was the one that put Greek seasoning on everything from a Mediterranean diet or a steak. My mom used it on soup, salad, veggies, fish, any meats. It's a great seasoning and a flavor enhancer. My brother Nick figured out salt and pepper was more than just McCormick's and Morton's. He's come up with a perfect blend we use to coat our shoulders and our brisket, and he used to make it for his friends as Christmas gifts, and they loved it. All these these products are available at the Rendezvous or online for shipping as gifts and in many grocery stores. And if they're not in your favorite grocery store, ask your grocer to stock it.
A beloved family affair and still going strong since 1948, the Rendezvous.
If you're thinking of selling your home, think of me, Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf, because I've got the tools. No, I can't fix anything around the house. Heck, I never even finished my shoe shine kit in high school shop. And if you play golf with me, you'll see why I'm known as the worst golfer in town. And they call me Mr. Three-Putt or Sheldon the Shank. But I have all the tools to get your home sold. I have a highly successful strategic marketing program that can mean the difference in what you make and when. And I'm part of a nationwide relocation network that provides many more transferred buyers coming into our market. Always interview 2 to 3 brokers. Make sure you include me, the bald, bad golfer who people say when you want the job done, call Sheldon. Reach me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. That's right, my website says it all. memphisrelocate.com, or anytime call me at 483-0546.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need a crunchy bite to eat? Head to Moe's for nachos, crunch wraps, tacos, salads, and more. Moe's.com is your go-to for all your taco crunch time emergencies.
Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Say you stand by your man. Tell me something.
This is pretty cool, and we're just getting started.
Spanning the globe.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! This game has always been called the world's greatest cocktail party. Do you know what is going to happen here tonight?
This is for all the biggest Crunch Time. You are looking live. In your life have you seen anything like that?
Crunch time between the hedges.
The ball game is over, and Memphis has its first win in 16 tries. Its first win ever against its fierce in-state rival Tennessee.
It's obviously Crunch Time.
Hammer, nail, coffin, this baby is over.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need a crunchy bite to eat? Head over to Moe's. Get the crunch wrap, the nachos, the burrito, tacos, anything you could want. Moe's, they have it, and they've always got a great deal for you as well. So make sure you head over there. Moe's.com, it's your place for all your taco crunch time needs. Well, Brett, what I learned today, I'll be honest, it's been a fun kind of secondary storyline throughout our entire show today of all of the updates we're getting on John Summerall and this Florida job. We have another update with John Summerall and this job. This happened about an hour and a half ago. Zach Abalverdi, who covers Florida.
Mr. Gators.
Yes, Gators Online. He has quote tweeted his original tweet about Tulane and John Summerall having a meeting today, saying UF's scheduled meeting with John Summerall has been called off, and Summerall is removing his name from the mix in Florida's coaching search, per Pete Nakos. So not only will no meeting be happening today, John Summerall, he is removing his name from that Florida job. So I guess we're getting close to option C, or that big fish. It's, I guess, one of those two options.
And maybe another domino to really start it all falling. What I learned, if you're 6 through 12 in the college football ranking, you better not lose again, or then it falls into the jury's hands. Ole Miss at State, Notre Dame, home against Syracuse at Stanford, Oregon, home against Southern Cal at Washington, OU, both at home against Mizzou and LSU, Bama, EIU in the Iron Bowl, Miami at Virginia Tech, at Pitt, Tulane at Temple, home against Charlotte, American Championship game. There's no room for error.
No, there's absolutely no room for error. And, I mean, you're right. I mean, one of those teams loses, and, I mean, that could be the difference of making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. Brett, what I could have done without, I go back to it, it's all of these injuries that we continue to see in the NFL. They're stacking up, and a lot of them are coming at the quarterback position. Aaron Rodgers, we don't know if he'll be able to go this weekend for the Packers. We know Dylan Gabriel gonna miss this weekend for the Browns. Shedeur Sanders, it was announced earlier, he will make his first NFL start. We know that C.J. Stroud going to miss this week's game. He probably would have been able to play if the game was on Sunday, but they're playing tomorrow night, Thursday night. You absolutely can. And Michael Penix, another young quarterback that probably out for the rest of the season for the Falcons. So a lot of injuries piling up in the NFL, and unfortunately a lot of injuries at the quarterback position.
The whole availability thing.
It's big.
I could have done without last night. Not getting Mike Tirico, but love Noah Eagle, Jamal Crawford, Reggie Miller. And I hope at the network level, somebody recognizes what Brevin Knight does night in and night out on the Grizzlies FanDuel network, and he lands some of that network work.
Yeah,
he's as good as anybody at the network level.
Yeah, he's really good. We have a great team here, and we are very, very lucky to get the guys.
That whole team should get a bigger shot.
They really should. I mean, they are awesome, and I hope get.
I didn't mean to leave Robin beat out.
No, definitely not. I know you didn't, but all those guys are really, really good. Brevin's right there in there. I mean, he is awesome at what he does as well. Where are you beaming tonight?
Cleveland for Cavs in Houston. If that's the NBA Finals in June, then fine with me.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, Rocket Arena, the home for the Cavs, against the Rockets. See what they did there?
I love that. Wow.
KD against Donovan Mitchell, and two great rosters.
Yeah, that'll be a really fun game tonight, and some good games in the NBA. That one's going to be on ESPN. The second game, the Knicks and the Mavericks, that should be a fun one as well. Beam me to this game that starts in just a couple of minutes, a top 5 matchup in college basketball. Number 4 Arizona on the road against number 3 UConn. We talked about it at the top of this hour with Kevin Sweeney. Arizona has played the big-time games. UConn has played some big-time games as well, but you got to give Arizona a lot of credit. Starting the season with a win over number 3 Florida, a win in their last game out against UCLA, but this one is going to be a lot different in stores. I hope they're ready for it, because those other 2 games, while they were big games against big-time opponents, those were in more neutral site locations. The Florida game, I believe that was maybe in
Real
Vegas.
Roadie at Gamble.
And the one against UCLA, that was in the Intuit Dome. So in LA, but not in UCLA's arena. So this one really going to be a big test across the country against a really good UConn team.
Kevin Sweeney is in Chicago for Bama at Illinois at United Center. In the American, we mentioned Brian Hodgson on the road at Stillwater against Oklahoma State, and a bowl bid handed out tonight in Buffalo. Buffalo against Miami. No, not the Bills and the Dolphins.
No.
The Bulls and the Redhawks.
Yeah, it should be fun. You got Central Michigan and Kent State as well tonight. No bowl bids being handed out in that game. So we'll see what that one looks like.
But Kent State improved.
No, they're absolutely improved. I mean, if they win tonight at home, that would be a 5th win this season for them. So much improved from last year. But a lot of action tonight. You got the college football, you've got the NBA, you've got the college basketball. So plenty to watch tonight. Enjoy all the action. We'll talk to you again tomorrow afternoon.